off and turned it on, so let me put this.
Turned it off and turned it back on again? Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead here and bring it up. And let me know when everybody can see me on the stream. Because he accidentally turned it off. We're good?
Yeah,
all right. All right, we are live. What is going on out there in the internet? I am Tony, and this is Nerdbauchery. Welcome to session 1 of the Dungeons & Dragons module, the Doom of Daggerdale. This is the good team. Last week we had the evil team. If you were around for our stream, you got to watch them strangle a few people. Hopefully we'll get to see the good team save a few people. This was originally a 2E adventure, so it's something you've probably never seen before that we converted over to 5th edition rules. And this is an ongoing campaign that we're going to be running at least for every week. 1 week it will be the evil team, next week it will be the good team, and also this module will be purchased. You can purchase it for sale. That we'll be posting that soon. Also, this whole map, just to let you know, was made with all Dwarven Forge. If you're liking what you see out there, stream, again, that's a great company. You can support them. They make the best terrain on the market, hands down. You're not going to find anything else better. A lot of this stuff lights up, but we can't show you that right now, but it has LED lights, all sorts of cool stuff. And the next game that we're going to be running is going to be Friday the 18th at 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, that's going to be for the evil team. Right now, though, let's have the good team. Whoever wants to start first, they can introduce themselves and their characters, and they can go ahead and go.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, whoever wants to go first.
Hello everyone, my name is Nathaniel Mason. I will be playing Razanor, the Paladin of Justice. The Dragonborn Paladin of Justice.
Hey everyone, my name's James Kelleher. I am the founder of Stat Trackers, Top Dog Games. I'm going to be playing Alistair Bramblebeard, who is a Dwarven Druid.
Hello everyone, I'm Cody Maynard, and I will be playing Hans Sullivan, the Human Wizard.
Hi everybody, this is Alexander. I will be playing Malkavia, the Health Elf Rogue.
My name is Elijah Fong. I'm playing Thalaris, the Elvish Druid.
And I'm Scraps. My name is Colin Kopp, and I will be playing Scraps, the Kobold Artificer.
Scraps. All right, so that's your.
Oh. Wait.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Inspiration now for free because I'm the DM.
I'm Omar, aka the Gentleman Wake, and I am playing Sir W.N. Faraday at your service.
All right, so that is all the people. You've got your good team locked down. We are going to go ahead and just get right into it. Right now, you might not see all their faces. We had a few people came in just a little bit late. No problem with that, but we have to get the faces adjusted in the cameras. We're not perfect with OBS. We've just started out, so we're still, fly-by-night kind of operation here, learning every day as we go along. But we're going to go ahead and get into it so I can start the PCs. Is everybody ready?
Ready.
All right, let's put it on the battle cam view for him so we get that first person view. All right, so we're up. All right, on a windswept and starless night, a letter has been delivered to one within your group with news from the sister. From their sister. Whoever wants to have the sister, one of y'all can choose now. It's whoever chooses to have this sister. She speaks of well wishes and hopeful plans for her future wedding, but she also reveals subtle feelings of dread, as well as troubling times ahead she believes to follow. Eagerly wanting to start your new careers as adventurers, you all decide to follow your fellow companion to discover if these fears are unfounded or if some new evil may be arising in the Dalelands. With courage in your heart and a sense of purpose, you take up your arms and equipment and head out unsure of what lies ahead. Your travels have brought you to Daggerdale, a remote dale of dark forests and rocky hills. Several days of riding through the hills will bring you to the town of Dagger Falls. The landscape mellows as you descend into the Tesh Valley. The dark woods give way to soggy riverland and occasional outlying farms and fields. You should be drinking cider and eating spice pies in Dagger Falls by noontime. Then you hear pounding hoofbeats, and in a moment a band of riders comes into view on the road ahead, galloping towards you and throwing frequent glances behind them. Their leader is a handsome man with long brown hair. He sees they're approaching. What do you want to do? You're on the road, as you see here. They don't see you yet, but you've seen them.
We should probably move to the side.
Yeah, I will immediately scurry out of the way and into the nearest foliage.
Okay, so y'all kind of, I'm not going to move your guys right now because we'll just say that y'all kind of moved out of the way. Do you want to speak to them, or do you want to just let them ride by?
Can I at least see, like, if there's anything on them, like markings or any identifiers to let us know if we are aware of who they are?
You can tell they're all probably of one group, but you really don't recognize, any particular insignia. You don't get the sense that, they don't look like they're bathed in blood, like they're, malicious or anything at this point. But, they just look like well-armed men on horseback, expensive, look like they got some money because of the horses, as you can see here with the actual minis represent them. They're decked out pretty well.
I turn to Malkavia and I say, "You just let me know if you want me to stop him."
Why don't we get Scratch to stand behind the big guy?
Already there.
So who wants to, does someone want to approach them, or how do you want to do it?
Are they just like thundering by like at a rapid pace, or?
Yeah, they're coming by, they're all, going down the road.
Full
Don't
gallop?
stand in front of them.
Halt! I don't know yet.
So they have
Alistair can
flag.
throw a tangle in the road if you want to stop him, is what I'm saying.
Whoa!
No, not on them, like in front of them, so that they have to stop.
Look, I think
So
Faraday's
they
gonna wave his arm and say, "Hello, good sir. Before you continue, may I ask you a question?"
All right, so Faraday, the gentleman, which is, I believe, this little man right here.
The halfling.
Yep, he's going to go up with a little sword in front, if you can see him. He says that, and the leader of the horsemen rides forward and greets you. Well met, travelers. I am Randall Morn, and my men and I are the protectors of Daggerdale. I could use some stout swordsmen like you. A strange fever stalking the Daggerdale by night, catching the good Dale folk asleep and leaving them trapped in their slumber. The dream fever magic comes from Dagger Falls, where usurper Constable Treden rules. Any man or woman who can put an end to this fever have earned my thanks, and of course, my gold. Beware the Constable, though. Tren is a lackey of the Zentarum, a coward and a blackmailer. He is a man not to be crossed lightly. Randall holds his reins with one hand and keeps his other on his sword. The riders watches back down the road while the other waits for your reply.
Can I
But-
see if something is chasing them?
Oh, but before you can even reply, one of the men makes a quick gesture to Morn, and he nods in acknowledgement. Randall then waves his men on and shouts back to you. If you decide to take up this charge, and if you succeed, you may claim your reward from looting the copper at the Red Rock Tavern. May the gods and Lathander be with you. And him and his men, they ride past you. I'll thump, 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 and they're gone down the road here and slowly out of sight. We'll just leave them over here for now. So him and his men. Now at this point, guys, it's a complete sandbox. You can do whatever you want. What I'm going to do is just read one more thing to you. Do you want, as you can see, you've got the forest to your left. From your perspective, your character's left on the road. And in
So
front
hold
of
on,
you...
just so I understand. What did he say exactly? What was the who was doing what? I kind of
He said that there was a plague,
Fever.
ravaging Daggerdale.
Yeah.
A fever going around, and he's looking for
Okay.
anyone who can help. And he also said that the sheriff, was
Constable.
was a lackey of the
constable.
Zentarum.
Yeah.
Yeah, the constable.
If you need me
He's a lackey of the faction known as Zentarum, who are, unscrupulous money grubbers that will do anything for pay. Like, literally anything.
Oh yeah, they're really assholes. Do you need me to if you need me to reread anything, it's fine, guys. You want me to reread what I did?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Fine. I just wanted to get clarification. Yeah.
No
So-
problem.
So I understood. So yeah, what I didn't understand is why they need swords to fight a plague.
Well, he says he needs good swordsmen to find out what's going on, because it's a mystery, and they really don't know what it is. So, this is everybody's. It's like right now.
Seems like what you need is a doctor, not a swordsman.
Stop using logic in my games, damn it! Stop with that
think the
logic
writer-
crap.
Well, the
A
writers
cleric
already
at the
went
very
on.
least.
Stop with the logic. You can go stab the virus. Stab it. Go stab it. It's like it's funny that you say that, but yeah, you're right. Technically, I guess you couldn't, theoretically chop the head off the dream fever, but hey, see what happens.
If only Donald Trump had more swordsmen.
Oh, no politics, no politics. Oh boy. All right, but seriously, ahead of you guys on the road, is the town. So if you wanted to go straight, obviously the town is forward on this road that you have in front of you, and of course you see the woods to your left, and there's also a road behind you leading to, well, who knows where and how long you'd be on it. But that's your options. What do you want to do? The world is yours now.
Well, that was an odd way to get a job.
It most certainly is. Usually I'm the one that has to approach them. But a job is a job, and this does seem like a very worthy endeavor, so I say we check it out at the very least.
Fair enough, but I'm a little curious. The letter. Whose sister was this from?
You guys can choose, or do you want me to roll randomly and just pick
Quick,
somebody for a sister?
Everybody roll. Yeah.
I don't think it would be me.
Yeah, Cobbled probably doesn't have a sister.
I don't have a sister.
All right, well, whoever wants the sister, that's somebody got it. So, and that your sister there's actually a letter if you want me to read the letter that she wrote. Would you like that?
Yes.
Okay, I'll read the letter. To my dear brother or sister, hope this letter reaches you and the rest of the family in good spirits, and I look forward to finding all of you for the wedding. Although I know this should be a happy time for me, I must confess I feel an unease as of late. Strange tidings seem about, with villagers falling ill, and even whispers of creatures roaming the streets at night. I am a strong daleswoman, so I will never leave my home from fear, but yet I am worried that something much worse may be on the way. I'm probably just being foolish, but just the same, please come to visit me, my dear brother, or sister, here in Dagger Falls, if you only to calm your younger sister and show her there are no monsters under the bed like you did when we were young. If nothing else, you will get one more good laugh proving that I am just a worrywart after all. My home will be the blue cottage at the southernmost wall. With love always, your sister, Mary.
So to the Blue Cottage then.
Yep, in town.
What it is.
Seems like Mary has already brought the awareness of this fever, and I guess we now know it's called the dream fever from the writers. So definitely something to check out.
Definitely. Well, let's get on our way.
All right, so y'all are wanting to go into town?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're
Wait,
all right.
quick question. So, because Scratch is the kobold here, I'm always just kind of like worried that the guards are going to be like, "What the heck?" Scraps, what are you wearing? Are you like cloaked up? Are you like?
While you're asking him that, I'm going to adjust the camera for your arrival in town. Just give us a moment. While you're talking to him.
I feel like there's another thing that we didn't really work out, like our interpersonal dynamics. Like we're kind of just starting off as a group, so it's kind of a weird situation. So it's like I feel like we'd probably have somewhat of a each one of us would find a role to play, right? Like within the group.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just something we'll settle into.
I
Who
mean,
is playing Dragonborn? Sorry.
me.
Okay, you're probably Scraps' best friend. He stays behind you when people are around, uses you as like a line of sight barricade. The entire time there was these guards or soldiers there in front, he's just like keeping himself out of line of sight. he knows people don't like him often, and he's taken a while to probably get you guys to be okay with him. So
I'm probably the best option he could have chose, given, Mr. Open-Minded Paladin.
excellent.
I'm just a person that was from around the area. Not really much else. Just learned my trade along the road in Daggerdale.
Yeah, I would imagine I probably know Malkavia, since you're like a hunter type rogue, right? Is that what you had said in the session 0?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time. Yeah,
outdoorsy. So you know me as kind of like a local, not hermit necessarily, kind of like a local wandering homeless person. But he did save a bunch of people in Daggerdale one time. He warned them of the river was rising, and he foresaw that. So he's a bit of a local nut/hero.
So I probably tagged along with the local nut/hero, just to find something else to do. Or I was conned into going.
I'm a traveling entertainer, so I probably, in some town, came across a few of you guys and decided to tag along to perhaps do more good as a group than as an individual.
Here's an idea, just for the sake of pulling us all together. What if we all met on a ferry crossing? Right, so we just literally met not 10 minutes before these riders came. We weren't even technically in the group together. And maybe Faraday would turn to all of you and say, well, chaps, it looks like we're inexorably drawn together here. How about we make some coin?
It would seem.
Not so much for the
that's
coin,
actually
but...
something I was gonna bring up before, is like, it's not uncommon for people in this era to just kind of group together on the road.
Especially if there's a fever that's spreading around. I'm sure that if any of us were pretty much local, we are probably more drawn to the source and wanting to figure out what's going on,
To give you
whether
an
for
idea,
our own purpose or for our loved ones or friends.
to give you an idea of where you're at,
I was actually
the map that we use behind me, like that map to my right, is actually a big blown up view of where you're at. Technically, if you wanted to equate it to where you're at in our world, you'd be in the middle of nowhere in Iowa. It's like, yeah, because the Dale Lands is like the heartland of Faerun. I have two maps here. I have this big one, then I have a big map of Faerun to my left. So, but are y'all ready for the arrival in the town here? You should have a good view. I got you a nice little first-person view. You should be able to see the town itself, a little bit of the street of your arrival. All right. As you crest a small hill, you see what must be Dagger Falls. Even though you are not all that experienced, you have heard some things about this rough and tumble town. Although the local dalesmen are a good sort of folk, the years of attacks from bandits, monsters, and raiders, as well as Zentarum spies infiltrating their ranks, has taken its toll. They want nothing more than to be left alone and have little patience for small talk for those they deem outsiders. In a sense, things aren't all bad. The town still, as always, enjoys a well-traveled road, and as such, trade is still a profitable venture within the city walls. Some even support the corrupt Zentarum constable simply because his presence has brought a sense of stability to the town, fragile as it may be. With a small population, and even possibly smaller hopes, this town is in need of adventurers such as yourselves. All right, we're gonna say, for the sake of argument, when you arrive, there is, obviously you know about your sister's place, but the other locations that you can go through are the Dolwar Leatherworks, Folgath's Caravan Supplies, the Temple of Lathander, the Constable's Tower, the Broken Tower, the Garrison, the Broken Dagger, and then the Constable's Tower, the Garrison, the Market Square, the Red Rock Tavern, the Teshford Arms Inn, and the Zentarum Warehouse, and then obviously your sister's home as well. So those are your locations. You can go there any order that you want.
How about this, just to make it easier? It's my sister,
Okay. Who is that?
Fair.
Who is that?
Malkavia,
Malkavia. It's
You're from
Malkavia's
the
sister.
area.
around the area.
There you
We
go.
don't talk much.
And I'm coming along with Malkavia to see if I could do anything. I do have some minor healing skills as a druid. So
If you all
Okay.
don't mind, maybe
Mine.
we should go visit my sister first before we
I
look
let's
into
go see your
everything
sister.
else.
Let's do it.
That sounds like a good idea. She can
If
give us an idea of what's going on here and about when things started.
Okay. All right. So all y'all are going to the sister's house.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Give me a second to move your stuff over there real quick. We're not going to do first-person view for this one because we don't need it, but we are going to just move your minis over there. Give me a second, guys.
But yeah, sorry, to answer your question a little earlier, he's not cloaked or anything. You see, there's like a big metal contraption on one arm, a bunch of syringes hanging and bandoliers off of his torso, and like a big like back-mounted like little cannon-looking thing that has like a pull strap, like a parachute cord, kind of hanging over his shoulder. But yeah, he doesn't
Super inconspicuous.
like overly hiding it at all. Yeah, it looks really terrible, but he doesn't really know better at the moment. So yeah.
Alistair has spent most of the trip just staring at you.
On the way to the sister's house, can I walk by one of the market stalls to see if there's a vendor selling the cloak?
Hey guys, I'm sorry to the people watching the stream, I'm sorry about moving that camera before we switch to another camera. I'm dumb like that, and I just got yelled at by my stepson for doing it, so don't worry, I've been punished.
I mean, you probably already had a cloak if you had an adventurer's kit or a dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're right. Hold on, let me check.
I would say, for the sake of the area, we probably all at least have some standard travel wear.
Well, I wasn't going to use the cloak myself. I was going to give it to the kobold.
Oh.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
That's
so
smart. It'll keep
so
this
here.
guys.
What was your name again, sir? Scraps.
Scraps. All my friends call me Scraps.
Yeah. Let's just try to keep your conspicuousness down a notch. Why don't you put on this cloak for a bit?
Sure. Yeah. It'll keep the sun out of my eyes. It'll be easier to see.
All right. So I hand him over like this raggedy, very muddy green cloak that kind of dulls him down a little bit as much as it can. Anyway, there's probably still like pieces of like stuff sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's the cleanest cloak he's ever seen. Wow. Hey. Throws it over top of himself. It kind of looks like he has a hunchback because of the little like cannon thing. But yeah.
You just gave him like emperor robes.
Yeah. If Scraps clothes? Wow, you're pretty rich, eh?
You just freed Dobby.
Austin has given Dobby a soap.
Actually, I took it off a goblin I killed, but keep that between you and me.
That's why it fits so well. This is so efficient.
I will pull out my wand and use prestidigitation to just make it completely spotlessly clean as we head in, just to impress him even more.
He like
Well done,
sir.
cloaking you back and forth.
That was really cool. How did you do that?
Well, it can do many wonderful things, perhaps.
It's part of my trade.
Well, I'm gonna stick close to you guys. You seem really good.
That last shake you saw of the camera was me hitting the track with my head. You see, this is what happens when you're running a stream from a garage and you have like no space.
Not the best dexterity save, huh?
It's all right. One day we're gonna be huge and we're gonna elevate from the garage to the basement. We're hot rollers like that. When we get the Patreon support, oh man, we're moving into the basement, guys. It's gonna be big time, man. Big time. All right. So you should be able to see the inside of your sister's home with her laying in the bed, right there. All right. We're just gonna start from, we're still gonna assume you're outside, but I just went ahead and put you in because I know it's. After moving through the small alleys that make up Dagger Falls, you arrive at a small blue cottage nestled up against the southern wall. It seems quiet, but as you get closer, a man comes out holding a sword and begins to speak loudly. Who are you? And what do you want? I told you my fiancée is sick with the dream fever and I haven't been able to leave her side. Tell the constable I'll have his rent as soon as I can return to the fields. I ain't got nothing left to take. What more he want?
Oh, you're the
I'm
fiance?
yourself.
Oh, well, I was going to marry Mary. Who are you? What you want here?
brother.
I ain't got no more money. Not one copper.
Jesus, man,
Wow,
calm down.
You're really selling yourself right now. Wow. And yeah, so I'm her brother.
You do not work for the constable.
I apologize. You're her brother? I'm Brent Hoverton. Well met, friend. You must forgive me. I thought you were the constable's men again to come ask about the rent. And they know many of us don't have anything with this sickness taking those we love. Please come in. Your sister is here, although I'm afraid she has come down with this dreaded dream fever that we have been cursed with by those vile night dwarfs.
Night dwarves.
Yeah.
I think it was night dwarves.
What was that about the night dwarf?
Why do you think it was the night dwarves?
It's just everybody's talking about him. Everybody's seen him. Can't say much for what because I actually haven't seen, but some folks are talking about seeing him at night. Always seem to seen right before someone disappears or falls victim to the fever. More people around town might know more. I would start with the Red Rock Inn. Whatever is going on, we Dale folk don't deserve it. We've already had our fair share of misfortune, but this is beyond our ability to handle. Beyond anyone's. I can't lose her. I can't. We were supposed to be married yesterday, you know. I promise her.
All right.
Stop
Wow.
crying.
Bran, just wow. Lots of stuff right there. Okay, so
Your sister could have done much better.
yeah.
Oh, that hurts. That's cold. The guy's woman's dying. That was cold.
Well, wait. Okay, Bran, you're gonna stay out here. I'm gonna go and see my sister. And would any of you be able to possibly come up there with me and see if one of you might know something?
I would like to take a check if possible.
Hey, Malavar, what was your mini? Because I can't remember. Other than Raznor, it's obvious because he's a dragonborn. And then the little ones. Yours was the druid, right?
No, that's Alistair. Yeah, Bramblebeard is the druid, but he's a dwarf. I think you're
yeah.
kind of a warrior dwarf.
But
Eli also plays a dwarf.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, druid.
All right, so that's the green druid.
Elvish druid.
So I'm just gonna leave everybody in the house.
Yeah,
That works.
It's okay.
we can role play it.
All right. So, Bonnie's probably going to switch to the facial overlay anyway, so people don't have to look at that static image. All right. So you're going up there to check your sister out.
Yep, and Raznor's coming.
Phrasing.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
come along.
All right. As you approach Mary, you can see she is pale and emaciated. Although she is sleeping, she does not in any way look rested as she tosses from side to side and seems to make sounds of pain while moving. There seems to be no way to rouse her by normal means.
I want to kneel beside her bed and just hold her hand, and then look to Eli. I can't remember your character's name. Sorry.
Delaris.
Alaris. Yeah, I look to Alaris and be like, "Can you do anything?"
I can give it a shot. I'll walk over and place my hand on her forehead and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, that's good. We'll go ahead and give you some inspiration for trying and being nice, so you can save that for later, being a good guy. Actually, or better yet, how do you all want to handle inspiration? This isn't my game, it's yours. Do you want to award inspiration to your party as don't get crazy and like, oh, wait, he rolled a good number, inspiration! But
I don't remember to award it, so I'm going to vote no on that.
all right.
Unless it's direct, like bardic inspiration, that would be the only situation that a player would deem it. But I think the DM would be like, "That was a good moment. There you go."
Yeah, I'll give it to you for
I like the DM discretion inspiration.
Okay. Well, for trying to heal her, Druid, I can't, Malavar, or I'm sorry, I'm still remembering all your names. I'm not perfect on that. You can get inspiration for that. And let me go ahead and as you attempt to heal Mary and ease of some of whatever pain she may be in, you are startled to see that she is waking up. Her hope quickly turns to dismay as she seems to be in some sort of stupor and is unaware of what is happening. Mary stirs and moans, and then finally half awake says, What's going on? What's happening? Where am I? Am I sleeping? Did I die? Her eyes then seem to gloss over, and in a sullen, dull voice she says, When morning comes, the morning we go, back to our master in the caverns below. Her head lolls from side to side, and she speaks again. If you slay us, we shall live. The wood shall die, but we forgive. Mary's eyes roll back even more, and she falls back to the bed and goes back to her restless sleep. Bren's eyes swell with pain and desperation. I know you tried. I guess I've gotten too hopeful. Here, take these. They may help you in your journeys. I was going to sell them for healing, but now I see they will do nothing. With that, he goes back to Mary's side, takes her hand, and begins sobbing. He doesn't look your way anymore. He gives you 2 potions. He knows what they are since he was going to sell them, so there's no need to identify. It's 2 potions of cure poison.
Razanor will go over and just kind of gently, excuse me, push Eli away and place his hand gently on her forehead and put in 5 points of lay on hands, because that can cure diseases.
It doesn't do anything. Basically, the same thing happens. If you try to heal, or I can read it to you again, she just kind of wakes up, but it's not really awake. She's like, where am I? Am I sleeping? Did I die? And then right back again, her eyes just gloss over. It's not going to cure that disease. Obviously, it's beyond a normal disease that you might be thinking.
Okay.
Well, chaps, it looks like we better find this master she's talking about. The caverns, is it?
The caverns, but he said, do you want me to read what she said again to you? The poem part?
She did specifically say the caverns, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like that's just what we're looking for.
Since I am a local, do I know of any caverns nearby or under the town, or
none that you've ever heard of?
I don't like this night dwarf stuff. Gives us a bad rap.
Why don't
Nobody
we
you know then?
Why don't we head over to the Red Rock Inn, just see if we might be able to find any information about these night dwarves, and maybe more information about a cavern.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
If there's any place where people do talking, it's an inn.
All right.
Before we leave, as we're on the way out, I would like to set a pile of 10 gold coins on like a dresser drawer or something, just as a kind of help with his rent that may be coming up. But I want to do it kind of so he doesn't realize or see.
Well, the evil party sure didn't do that kind of stuff. So, yeah. All right. So,
on the way out, though, should we inquire about the constable's men and how they're shaking down the town for money when they have a plague? Like, do we want to talk to this fiance about that a little bit more? I'm not a good talker, so I leave the talking to others, but I'm happy to throw in my 2 cents towards the people I know can talk better than me.
Kick off the convo.
I've got a +7 persuasion, so
yeah, that's not my forte.
We could do that if you like, but we are
think it
also
makes
going
sense.
to a place where talk is very common. So
On the way out, I say to the fiance, "Just man up. You got to be there for her. Stop blubbering."
I will. I'll try my best. It hurts.
Man up.
my lords, put yourself together.
So, if there's a situation where we need subtlety and sympathy, perhaps you should just let me do the talking.
I'd be inclined to do so, but this dude might be related to me soon. Maybe. Hopefully not.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Sister seems set on him. Anyway, yes.
All right. So we make our way over to Red Rock Inn. I guess Cody had left the coin, I guess, on a dresser or something.
All right.
Yeah.
So somebody, obviously not the same person that I just gave inspiration to. Whoever left a coin, you can have inspiration for that, for being a nice guy, being all sweet guy. Give you a little bit, help you out. All right, so I'm going to move your characters into the Red Rock. Just give me a moment. And one day I'm going to have robotic arms that just move everything. Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's
That's what interns are for, right?
That's what you need.
Exactly.
You need an unpaid intern.
or it needs one of those for like the craps table, the stick, and just like slide them around.
Oh yeah, like one of those sticks to like push the
Oh, that would
characters.
be perfect.
And then Wake, what's your character's
Yeah.
name again?
Faraday.
Faraday. So is anybody else from around here?
I'm local.
I am not. I've actually come here on request from people like that guard captain from an order of paladins.
And what god do you worship?
We don't worship a god. We dedicate ourselves to the concept of justice and redemption and renewal. We are known as the Order of the Scales. We're based out of a relatively large town by the name of Tarotis, a few miles inland from the Sword Coast.
I'm not from here either. But I'm an adventurer, and, well, fates have brought me here, so here I am.
And what exactly do you do?
Honestly, I adventure, for lack of a better term, really. I go around, I'm a scholar, I'm a master fencer, and I'm looking for the thrill of discovery, really.
I see.
Fencing. That's a fancy way of saying how to take a rapier and stab people with it, right?
Correct. The shorter the match, the better the outcome, sir.
Depends on who's the winner.
Okay, guys, you should be able
I'm standing
to
before you, so I have a pretty good track record.
see yourselves in the Red Rock now. Can you see yourselves in there? I can't see the stream, so hopefully everything looks okay and you can see in there.
The
Yes.
stream does have a couple seconds still left, so.
Yeah, it's coming up now.
Yeah, it's running a delay because I'm also running Roll20, so it's like 7 or 8 seconds, and we got the internet upgraded, but I have to, I guess, get another NIC card or something, or figure out why, because we upgraded to like 32 or 33, 35 megabytes per second upload. We got the max upload, so we should be fine. But anyway, moving on. So you go over to Red Rock. Let's go ahead and get that out. This ramshackle tavern is frequented by folk of the surrounding countryside. It is run by a retired minstrel. The Red Rock is a dimsel dive, but it is popular with resistance fighters. Here, let it never be said that adventuring isn't thirsty work. With that in mind, you decide to make your way to the locals' favorite tavern, the Red Rock Tavern. As you turn the alleyways, you see what must be the tavern. The red in the Red Rock obviously refers to the red paint used on the outside of the tavern. Although the outside seems a bit worn, you are surprised at how well the inside is kept. Not to say it an imperial palace to drink your ale at, but it has the stoic charm of the Dalelands. A young lady wearing a purple dress begins to speak as you approach the bar. Can you see Kessla? You actually should be able to see her. She is in a purple dress. Is she there? Yes, she is.
Yep.
All right, so you can see Kessla.
And so that's why I was telling you that this cider here should be pretty good. It's that season.
Oh, hi and well met, travelers. My name is Kessler, and yours?
Scraps.
Scraps. I like that. All right. Well, I'm
Raznor kind of taps his arm over his chest. Raznor, Paladin of Justice at your service.
well met. Anyone else? Your names? Your friends?
Malkavia.
Hans Sullivan at your service. I will present a Queen of Hearts with prestidigitation in front of her.
Alistair, you know me.
Oh, that's right. You're a loco, isn't that right? Right. I'm glad you came in. Ever since the Centaurum took over the town, we don't get many folk here anymore. Except, of course, people like Alistair, the locals here. So what would it be for you and your fellow companions? An ale? Or maybe a meal?
Food would be great, thank you.
Ah, of course, of course. What would you like? We have many different things to serve you. Let's see.
Meat. Raw is fine.
Okay. So you want a meal? Well, we have bread, cheese. Would you like some of that?
Do you have any meat?
Any meat? Yes, we do have meat. For a chunk of meat, that's going to be 3 silver pieces.
Perfect, you don't need to cook it. Here you go.
All right. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Anyone else?
I'll take a cider.
Because I have no change.
Cider? All right, that's going
Yes,
to be...
my friend here was telling me about the delicious cider that you have. I think I'll have a pint of that.
Ah, okay.
Actually, do you have like a pitcher or maybe a very large pitcher of just the cider?
Absolutely. We have a gallon instead of a mug. A mug would only cost 4 copper pieces, but a gallon is a great deal at 2 silver pieces. Would you prefer that?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Ah, excellent. Excellent choice. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Before she walks away, Faraday, in all of his 4-foot stature, will saunter over to her, remove his pith hat from his head, and bow and say, "Madame, the name is W.N. Faraday. The pleasure is all mine. You are an exquisite beauty.
Ah,
But before we get carried away with food and drink, we've heard some interesting stories. Something about dream fever that seems to be overtaking this town."
Yes, you've heard of it. It's terrible. People are going to sleep one night and just not waking up, and some disappear, and some have even disappeared, and worse yet, still others have died. No one knows what's the cause or what's happening.
How long has this been going on?
I'd say for some time now, at least a few weeks.
Who might I speak to if I want to know more information? Who's the person who knows the most of what's going on around here?
I really couldn't say who knows all about the dream fever, but the head of the town, who's in charge, is the constable. Not the nicest individual, so
him.
good luck trying to see him.
Where's the constable? The constabulary? Is it?
They're at the front of the town. You'll see it. It's the tallest tower in the town. It overlooks everything. You usually see him standing out there overlooking us like some, dreaded harpy. And he's with his garrison of men that keeps him protected, of course, at all times.
Has
the constable done anything about this dream? Has he tried to send for healers or deploy his own men?
Other than cracking down on people coming into town to make sure that they're safe, I really can't think of anything else that he usually does. He really doesn't care about what happens to us. As long as the money keeps flowing and the taxes are paid, then he is fine and lets everything go. He's a little lackey of the Zentarum, he is.
Faraday will curl his handlebar mustache and say, "Well, it appears we have someone we need to speak to."
Indeed. And someone we
You
need
don't
to
want to talk to him.
take care of
He's
later.
a right ass.
You know him then?
Nah, I know of him. And he's kind.
Kessler, 2 things. Do you know of any of, or whether or not any of his soldiers or his camaraderie has fallen ill to this at all?
Yes, many of his soldiers have fallen ill as well. I've heard at least 30 of his men have already died.
Wow.
But why would he care? He doesn't even care. I've been trying to get in touch with him about my carts for weeks now. And he doesn't even listen about that. So why would he care about his fever?
And Kessler, what about these rumors about night dwarves?
Night dwarves. I've heard about them as well. Some say they look like dwarves, but with greenish hair, sometimes white hair. Insidious, and I've heard that every time someone is sick, they're usually spotted near their residence the night before. Although, as I've said, I have not seen them, so I cannot be sure myself. But I'm pretty sure, I would bet, that this fever is connected to those dwarves.
Is this some lore that I would know about as a dwarf?
Actually, no. Would it? No, not for that.
Never heard of night dwarfs.
No. And look, so one day you'll understand why I didn't tell you. It's not me just saying, no, I don't want to tell you right now.
No. That's fine.
There is a reason you don't know about them.
That's good.
One last thing, Kessler, before we, get on with our drinking and eating. Do you know of any caverns around town or anything?
No, I haven't heard of any caverns. The only thing I've heard, there are rumors I've heard of some dwarves that built something out in the mountains. I don't know. At Eagle's Eye Re, if you look up on the mountain, you can actually see the ruins. I'd have to adjust the camera so y'all could see that, but you can see the ruins up there. But I haven't heard of any caverns that run underneath the city, no.
Nor have I.
Can I ask? I would like to ask you something else. You seem to be good, decent folk. Could perhaps you help me job? I have some hearty, strong-armed men and women such as yourselves. I don't know if there's any women in your group as characters. I know there's no girls, but I know characters. I can't be sure. But I need some strong, hearty adventurers as yourselves. Would you be interested in work?
Depends on the job.
Well, my supply wagons are being raided from Arabelle. The drivers who have survived have told me it's a pack of goblins in the area. Is that something you would even consider, or too busy? I would be most grateful.
Where did you say it was again?
I would think.
I'm sorry, there are two people speaking right there. I missed that.
Raznor asked, where'd you say it was again?
I've heard it's out there in the woods. My drivers say they've been attacked right on the roads coming in and out near the outlying woods that surround the town.
So I'll take Kessler's hand and I'll stare longingly into her eyes and I'll say, Madame, I have slayed 20 goblins for women less fair than you.
Oh, her heart, my heart, you are such a silver-tongued devil, you are.
However, before we commit to this, I myself would gladly do this for free, but I'm sure my compatriots would like some recompense. What can you offer in the form of compensation for our endeavor?
I'm sure that I could make some. What would be appropriate? Would maybe free meals and drink? Would that be acceptable?
With his mouth full, Scraps just shouts, "Free food!"
It looks like the kobold is happy with that arrangement. He looks happy.
How about room and board as well?
I don't have room and board. You would need to go to the inn for that. The Cheshford Arms. This is simply a tavern.
Are the supplies that you're getting for just you, or is it for everybody else too?
No, it's my supplies, and my wagons are being attacked. As I said, now normally I would let the guards handle such things, but neither the constable or his men drink or eat here, so I am not considered a priority. They tend to hang out at the Broken Dagger. That is where all the lackey and his men go. Tarm scum.
Free food and drink is fine with me.
Yeah, comp this gallon of ale and check it out.
Free food and drink. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right. If I were you, I would start looking on the road into town. You may find something to help you there. And also, there are other people in town who need work as well. I would look out at Fogath's caravan supplies. DM just made a mistake. Not Volgas caravan supplies. Dorwar's Leatherworks. I've heard he's looking for people for work as well.
We will check it out.
As long as it doesn't detract us from finding a cure for your sister.
Yeah, that's a little bit of my priority. But right now we have nothing
I'd say
to go
that's first things first. We still have to speak to the constable, don't we?
Hey guys, I can tell you as DM, doing these quests, if you chose to do them, these side quests, okay, it will not affect like the cure for your sister or something. Don't think like, oh, you didn't help her, she died, or don't feel like that. So if you wanted to do these side quests, you can, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figure that. Go ahead.
I figure that the goblin issue that our lovely hostess here has raised is on our way to investigate, rumors of night dwarves and such, and finding the cure for your sister. So we might as well take care of it.
DM, is that true? Is that on the way? The road that she talked about?
Well, there's night dwarves have been spotted in the city. That's all you've been told.
Okay. How about the ruins, though? Is it on the way to the ruins that we saw in the mountains?
The ruins are in the mountains. They're all the way to even get up to those. They would be all the way through the woods. Then you'd have to trek through the mountains to get up there. If you look at a picture, the overview picture of the map, if they're on it right now in the camera, you'd start here. It's going to take you a few days to get there in game time.
We would need more information before we make that kind of trek.
Well, that's up to you. I can't make that decision.
I think we talk to the constable. We take care of the goblin problem if it's quick, and then we wait to lay an ambush for these night dwarves as they come creeping through the town. That's about all the direction we have right now. What's that?
We'll have to learn a bit. We'll have to learn a bit more about the night dwarves before we can set a trap. We'll have to know what their new target is, or give them a new target.
True. But right now we have nothing to go on unless we go speak to the constable, perhaps.
Yeah, let's make our way there.
Sure.
All right. Just to let you know, guys, it is getting closer to nighttime now. Not too late, but you're like around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Is this gallon of cider to go? Like, can I, is it street legal? Is this New Orleans style?
Yeah, you can drink here. Guards don't care about that, man.
Is outside considered
if we hold up our end of the bargain, we can just walk in and get ale whenever we like.
Exactly.
But I have ale right now. Not throwing it away.
And you will also have ale later.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, bringing the ale with us could be a boon, because it might put us on the constable's good side.
Apparently the constable's losing men too, so who knows? People might want to talk a little bit more over drinks.
Indeed.
So, wait a second. So the riders that were outside of town, refresh my memory. They said to go where to inquire about?
That was Randall Morn stated that the town is overrun with dream fever. And he gave a list of different places like Red Rock Tavern to give him more information.
JC, I'm moving the camera.
So it seems we have two options to find the constable. Either he could be at the Broken Dagger, or at his tower.
Right.
Let's check at the tower first.
Agreed.
Right.
Fine.
So Faraday, how many goblins have you killed?
Well, let's see. About 30 years ago, I slew 20 goblins with nothing but my wit and a dagger. Then there was one time, about 15, well, I'd say 15 seasons ago, I was ambushed on the road to Folstom, and I killed, I think it was 7. Yes, I believe it was 7. Then there was that orc band I dispatched. That was rather interesting. But anyway, it's right, neither here nor there, good chap. Just know that I've had my fair share of scraps. I wasn't talking to you.
What? Sorry,
It's just like stare right at the kobold and be like, "Mer."
You see this picture I have right now?
Just do me a solid and pull the cloak over your head again.
You see this expression that I have right now? This is Raznor.
I can't see the stream. I can't wait to watch this after it's done, so I can see all the crap y'all are doing. All right, do you want me to start? How's the view look? You should be in a nice first-person view here at the front. The guards kind of approach you here. Oh, and he fell over.
Oh no!
I'm in the back.
Apparently the guards are so they get in front of the doors here. Hopefully you can see can you see the guards in the shot?
Yes. You can see chat in the shot too.
All right. Well, I think he's taking chat off in the shot sometimes. All right. So we're at the Constable's Tower. Let's go ahead. As you arrive at the Constable's Tower, you can see why it dominates the skyline. Let me see actually if I can also adjust another camera for you. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I want to be able to see so you can see the tower itself. I'm just going to leave it there, guys, because I don't want to mess around with the camera. All right. As you arrive, you see why it dominates the skyline. It is easily the tallest structure in town. It is home to Constable Tren and his few chosen lackeys and sycophants. As you approach the tower yard, a guard quickly approaches you. Sorry, no sightseers. We are military headquarters, not a lover's nest, he says with a sneer. Get on with you.
Hold up. We're actually here for information about the fever.
I don't know what part of fuck off you don't understand, but I have a job to do, so if you don't start walking, I'm gonna explain it with me sword.
I pull out the gallon of cider. Immediately pull out a cup as well and say, eh?
All right.
You have a job to do as well, and it involves speaking with your boss, who we have so kindly bought drinks for, as well as the cups to drink it with. What do you think is going to be his reaction when he finds out that you cheated him out of one of the finest hard ciders in the entire town?
All right. Give me a. I'll tell you
Free,
what.
mind you.
Give me. It's a hard persuasion check. I'm gonna let you know, but give me a roll for persuasion. You're gonna have to. It's almost nigh impossible, but if you get it.
Can I give him an assist or anything?
Yeah, that's.
I
mean, he's holding the ale, right, or the cider.
Well,
Yeah, I was gesturing to him.
I don't. Tell you what. Go ahead. You can give him a little bit of an assist, but it's. Go ahead. Let's see what happens.
All right, so that total is 18.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have mattered. You make a convincing argument, and that's not just DM saying that. I have it all written down here. You make a convincing argument, but I still can't let you pass. If the constable wants to see you, he will call for you. I can tell you this, though. Our illustrious constable knows more than he is admitting about the temple. Whatever is going on there, he has a hand in it. I know it.
What's going on at the temple?
How do you know it?
That's all I know. Now you got to get on. You got to go. Can you get that the hell out of here? I've tried to be as nice as possible.
At the very least, can you tell us which way the temple is?
The Temple of the Thunder is all the way at the end. It's the burnt out ruins of the town. It was burnt down a few years ago. In a mysterious fire. It's at the end of town.
I hand him a cup of the cider and just be like, "Thank you for your troubles."
He looks.
So DM.
Wait. He looks around
the
after you
road-
hand him the cider, and he gives like a little bit to his friend. His friend takes a gulp. He takes a gulp, and then he throws the cup and he takes his thumb and points to get off. But he doesn't look as pissed off. He's just still shoving you off, though.
Nice.
So the road to the ruins, is that the same road where the goblins are?
Who knows? The goblins have been attacking on the road. There only is one main road. It's the Test Trail, so it probably is there. So you go on the
Test
Test
Trail?
That's the only main road. If you actually look on the map of
So-
Faerun.
Gentlemen and kobold, it appears that the Test Trail is where the goblin situation is manifested, and this ruins, this temple that this young god speaks of, seems to be the other option for information.
The ruins of the temple are in the town. The other ruins, Eagle Ire, are on top of a mountain.
Oh, I was confused by that.
Yep, there's
'Cause I heard
two-
ruins, and I thought it was the same ruins.
Nope, separate ruins.
Oh, then in that case, that's a second option now. I thought it was kill two birds with one stone.
No,
Yeah,
you got two sets of
Now
ruins.
it's more like we need two stones.
yeah.
Who's
So-
got a set of stones for me?
I reach into my pocket and I pull out a handful of rocks.
Throw.
All right, so maybe we should just head over to the temple, or do we want to go outside?
Yeah.
Wait.
That's
Quick question: the constable's tower is over by the front gate, right? You said that it was over by there. It's the tallest structure, overlooks everything.
Yeah, you're right in front of it. If you look at the stream, I just turned the lights on the building for you, but you're right in front of the garrison, and the garrison's connected to the constable's tower. I could adjust the camera so you could see the tower itself, if you want.
You know what would be helpful is just a shot of the whole town. Just kind of keep a static shot of the whole town rather than getting up on one building, so we can kind of get a sense of where everything is.
Okay. Well, do you want me to move the other camera, the above view camera, to show you the?
I mean, if it's too much of a pain in the butt, don't stress.
I just hit, and I'm scared I'm gonna mess up this other camera because my heel is almost hitting it. So let me do it very gently. I will get up and adjust for you.
So, what's the consensus? Do we want to make our way over to the temple, find out from there, see what information's there? Almost feel like we should have gone to the temple first. Disease or plague is going on. Temple. That makes sense.
Sound like there's much of a temple left anymore.
Also true.
But there are still things to investigate and answers to potentially find there. So, let us make our way.
I
Who
agree.
knows? Maybe there's dwarfs there and everything just works out.
Hey, night dwarves, not
I've
just
gotten
dwarves.
pretty lucky so far.
Very well then. Shall we?
Away.
On our way.
All right, we're head to the temple.
Off we go then.
When Tony finishes moving cameras, we'll go to the temple.
All right, guys, that's the tower right there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you should see the guy. He's sitting right out there, standing in front. See the little
Right.
dude? That's the constable Trent hanging outside. All right, so you're wanting to go to the Temple of the Thunder. So we'll just move the camera down there. Put that camera down there. Adjust it.
Oh, that's the ruined temple. Okay.
Ah.
That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks for the temple, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Dwarven
Do we
Forge.
know?
It's cool for us. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know. We haven't heard what happened to the temple, right? Like
Well,
why it's
Mysterious fire, they said.
Right.
Ah, mysterious fire.
But also, this town has
I gotta
been
get-
constantly.
I gotta get better at taking.
Better?
Tony also said that this town has constantly been under siege by different things, whether it's orcs or
Right.
goblins or.
Right. Constable's doing a bang up job.
Oh yeah.
All right, how's that look, guys? Should have a
Looks
good
good.
view.
Yeah, good.
Okay. All right, I'll move your guys over there. But before I do that, I'll read to you what's going on. Let me just move around my jungle of equipment here. So can't wait to move into that basement one day. Dreams of the basement. All right, so we're going to the Temple of the Thunder. That. All right, you ask around about a place for possible healing, and of course, by the guards, you're directed toward the Temple of Lathander. Sadly, whatever services that were here are gone now, as you come across a burnt-out husk of rubble that appears to have been the temple. You can tell from the large tree now growing from the center of what would have been the church floor that some time has passed since the fire occurred. As you begin to make your way closer, one of the constable's men rounds the corner of the structure. And I'll put you over there now, and basically, "Hey, what you doing there? This place is off limits to dalesmen and outsiders, so get moving before I thump ya." I'm gonna go move your guys, so y'all think about what you want to do.
I've had about enough of these guards. I got to tell you.
Whoa, we just came from the constable's tower. They told us to come here. If you have an issue with this, you need to go back over there and talk to the constable, because if you want to get into it with, Constable Fran, whatever his name is.
The constable.
I thought it was Trent. So
Trent, if you want to get into it with him, then you could take it up with him. We're here because we were told to be here. So you shove off.
Sounds like a deception. And Lathander is the Lord of Light, right, Lathander?
He's one of them. I think Palor is the other one.
Tony, have I seen any insignia of like a official badge that the constable or any of them might wear?
The constable's men at the actual... Now you're dealing with town guard. There's two sets. There's the guards that are actually at the garrison. They're like the real Zentarum agents. And then you've got the kind of like the Keystone Cops, which are like the little lackey soldiers. You'll notice those guys are in yellow.
Okay.
Oh, so these weren't
All right,
the same. Okay, sorry. I thought they were
think-
the same people.
Yeah, see, these guys are right here. I'll put them in front of the camera. Are the town guard. Okay.
Okay, so these are
they
the
just-
legit guys.
And then the blue guys in front of the front of the garrison, they're actual soldiers from the Zentarum. And again, all this is according to the module. So it's like you have two sets of guards. One that are like the kind of hardcores, and then these guys are kind of, like I said, the Keystone Cops. So let me move the camera in front so you can see your guys here dealing with the
These guys
guards.
just local bullies that are like, been appointed as deputies, basically.
Alistair, I think the guy who is the dwarf that said he's a local, backstory, he would know, you would ask him about it. He would tell you about these guys. Because if anybody who's local is going to know that they're local, they're like the jerks who never left town and now they've decided to become big, this is their big way to shine, but they're really nobodies.
They're
They-
self-important
High school.
townies with a badge.
Yeah, they're the Keystone Cops, but they got a little bit of power because they are kind of still aligned with the constable in their own way. Can y'all see your characters okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's your decision from here. He's told you to leave, and you said you're not leaving?
Well, I didn't know at the time who they were.
Right. So I'm gonna walk up to the head one and ask, "What's your name, young man?"
All right. My name is Jalissa Hobry. I'm a town guard. That's all you need to know. Now get out of here. I done told you.
Mr. Holbury, Mr. Holbury, 1 second, please.
Did you not
Give us
just
a
hear
chance to
me?
at least have a conversation. We're not doing anything. We're merely just having a conversation.
Oh, gee.
Oh Lord, man.
By the thunder.
We just need to know. We just would like to know how we can speak to the constable. Is he here?
The constable isn't here. He's in the tower, and you ain't never going to get into him. You don't see the constable.
No, that's
The
not what they're
constable
saying.
sees
That's
you.
not-
If he wants to see you,
The constable doesn't
he'll
even
call
know
you.
we're here. How do we make an appointment?
Oh, you can bet the constable knows you're here by now. Outsiders that come in here, he hears about everything. And if you passed any guard, then it's already been reported. Not to worry, he'll be getting to you. You can bet on that.
Mr. Holbury, do you know Mary?
Yes, I've heard of her. Local girl. Pretty sort. Married a blubbery type of man. Or at least
Not
she's
yet.
going to.
But yeah, she's apparently sick with what's going on with this fever. You have any loved ones in this town that are also sick?
Look, man, you're going to get me in trouble, but no, I ain't got no one I know that's sick, no. Fine.
Lucky for you. I'm Mary's brother, and you know it's really hard right now, and I know that a lot of people are suffering, and I know that you're a guard trying to do your job and protect everybody, and it must be really very difficult to know that there's a lot of people suffering, and you don't really have much of a way to do anything about it. And we just thought that hey, maybe this temple might have some sense or some idea of what might be going on that we can help. Maybe you have a buddy or a friend that also might be fallen ill.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to try a persuasion on him? A little bit of normal persuasion?
I'll do persuasion.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a little bit of persuasion.
All right.
Did you crit fail?
No, I did not.
What did you get? I could tell it's bad because you would say it if it was good. I already know.
It's 10 overall, but that's only because my persuasion, I don't have it like it's just 3 on persuasion. So yeah.
Look. All right, hold on a second. And there. All right, you failed. Okay. Look, man, that's a real nice speech and all, but I told you, you need to go. I ain't got time for this kind of shit. Now get on with you before I wallop you.
We don't have time for this. We are trying to help the people of this town. We are trying to do what you clearly are not, and ending this plague.
Do you know how little money I make? Do you know how little cash? If you want to know something, do you? Then why don't you lie in my hand? Give me some money then. If you want to help so bad, help this guard first. Put the gold piece in my hand, and we'll see what happens.
Right. And he puts a gold piece in his hand.
A mosquito just almost went in my mouth.
1 second. Here, allow me. So I take 2 gold pieces out, and with sleight of hand, I only drop 1, but I show him 2, but I only give him 1 and kind of clasp his hands closed.
Ooh, wait, perception. Hold on. Let's do a perception with the guard. I got the guard. As if he notices you trying to F him, dude. That's not going to be good. So
I was just going to offer him cider.
So let's see here.
Do we still have?
Okay, hold on. I'll give you his perception, and then you give me his stealth here. Hold on. He's got a 12 for passive perception. We'll just do, and I'll just do a wisdom on it. I'll just do a wisdom check on it. And let's see what he rolled. 12. What's your stealth?
Or wouldn't it be
I just
sleight of
rolled a
hand?
12, but sleight of hand plus 5, and I rolled a 12, so 17.
You're good. All right, so you're fine. All right, so he doesn't notice your sleight of hand. The 1 gold piece drops in. He's like, oh, he doesn't even look. He just thinks he drops him into his pocket. Now that's a smart man. You see, that's how you get things done in Dwarven Forge with us town folk. You know, somebody should have told you this. The locals should have known their way around here. Should have let you know that nothing is for free in Dwarven Forge. There's a time owning this place. But since you told me a little bit and gave me a little bit of cash, you know, what the hell? But the constable, I still can't let you in here, but I can tell you something about his royal ass kiss. Listen to this. A guard who was walking home says he overheard a nobleman saying that the constable has brought some kind of sorcerer in to scale the Dales folks. He will pretend to lift a curse so the Dale folk will hail him and forgive him of his cruelties, but it's all a bunch of bullshit from what I've heard. But no one's seen this sorcerer, but that's what I've heard from another guard. There's evil and magic foot. There's magic afoot here in Dagger Falls. That's what's causing that goddamn dream fever.
Does this have anything to do with the Night Dwarves?
Oh, I pray to tell it doesn't. That's bad enough, but I think they're all associated. Night Dwarves, sorcerers, they're all a bunch of crap. And he spits on the ground, obviously. They're all a bunch of crap if you ask me. Now look, I told you what I know. I told you about the sorcerer. You should ask around town. See what else you know.
Well, we will do that. But in the meantime, we didn't see you. You didn't see us. You've made some wonderful coin. And how about we both go about our business?
Sounds good to me. Now get on with you.
Before he goes,
And
sorry, Scraps is just gonna look at him. But
By the way, why are you guarding a burnt down pile of rocks anyway?
What in the shit
Not
is
as
it? Are you a kobold? Oh my, what the hell are you doing in here?
It's a common misconception. I'm just a really ugly halfling.
My God. You look like ass, and you smell just as bad. Good
I've been
God,
drinking
man.
a lot. It's the food. It's the food.
Get on with you. You stink. Get on.
Sorry. I gotta scamper off.
Thank you for your time, guard. And
Yeah.
with that, Razanor actually starts proceeding into the temple.
Oh, before we leave,
You can't go into the temple. He just said you can't enter in. It's guarded. That's the same. Yeah, he's not letting you in still. Are you trying to just get pushed past him? Is that what you're saying? You're just going to push past the cars?
No, so this is. I'll kind of pull everybody aside and say, gents, these guys are rather inept. Worst case scenario, we can wait till nightfall and sneak in and figure out what we can then.
Evidently, they're rather dull as well. I was trying to imply that he simply ignore us and let us buy for the price that we paid him, but
No,
that didn't get through apparently.
This place is heavily guarded. Obviously, the constable doesn't want anybody getting into this place.
does it look like it's just the ones at the front door, or are there like
Oh,
positioned
there's
around?
guards walking around the city. I don't have, obviously, an animation of guards walking yet, but we'll get that one day. But there's
Right,
guards.
I mean, like around the temple.
Yeah, if I move the camera, you would actually see more guards, like around the temple.
Yeah, okay.
And there's also going to be ones walking in, from time to time. So it's heavily guarded. You can tell just by looking around that there's guards everywhere. When you just walked up, they were ready.
Right.
You said it's just now becoming nightfall, or
Yeah,
nighttime?
I'd say now it's about 6. Yeah, it's probably dusk now. It's probably getting pretty dark there, about 6:30, 7 o'clock, as you walked from the constable's tower all the way down to the Temple of the Thunder. That's all the way across town. So it took you a little while. Then you talked to the guard. You had to bribe them. A little bit of time passed.
It seems moving around here and doing our investigation is going to be rather difficult.
Have you seen the night dwarves yourself? I asked the guard before we do whatever we're doing next.
I ain't never seen one myself.
Never seen them. Okay. You don't need to be such a jerk. I saved your aunt from the flood. You know me, I'm Alistair Bramblebeard. And then I turn and walk.
What? Shit, but you want me to do cartwheels for you? That's what you're supposed to do. Dalesmen don't ask for thanks. They're rough and tough people. We do what we got to.
Watch
And
your
we
mouth.
don't-
You're working for the constable. I'll be the one who's doing the thumping.
Are you sure you want to say that? You really want to say that?
Oh, yeah. He has no self-control whatsoever, Alistair.
And that's
Okay.
when I get like around to him, like, "Hey, we're going. We're just moving on."
You
I'm
want
just
me?
looking over his shoulder.
All right, you take your friend
Oh.
in before I take you in.
Yeah. It's like since he's a dwarf, he's like shorter. He's like just pushing him, like, nah.
Just to let you know,
By the way,
the evil party
I'm like
had
a
that
barrel.
experience.
Even though I'm short, I'm like incredibly
Mhm.
stout.
It's like 400 pounds.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah.
I'm using the barrel, the gallon barrel, like and pushing that against you. Be like, let's go.
Let's go. Come on. No. We're not going to fight to the death right now. All right.
Wouldn't be much of a fight.
Oh my god. If you really want it, we can do it. I have these guys statted out. So if you want to attack,
As we're already pulled to the side. All right, so I'm kind of at a loss. We either go challenge the constable again and be told no, you can't go in there, or maybe
We're not getting anywhere with this.
that's
We're
not
getting
true.
anywhere with this.
That's not true. You are. This is a module for a first level adventures that starts out story heavy. You're getting somewhere. Trust me. You're progressing.
I was gonna say that maybe we should try and check out, where the guards drink and see if some of them might have some more information. And we might be able to get some more information about this sorcerer.
Do you have extra
What
money
I
on
was
you?
thinking as well.
You're probably gonna need it.
I haven't spent that much except for the 2 silver for that gallon, so I'm good for now.
Yes, I think it would be a good idea to try and visit that tavern that apparently the constable and his men frequent. Loose lips
Broken
and all
Dagger?
that. Yes, Broken Dagger.
It's called the Broken Dagger Inn, so it's also a place to rest too, right?
No, it's just called the only place to rest in this town is the Teshford Arms.
Okay. All right, so I guess we're making our way to the Broken Dagger.
All right, so we're going to the Broken Dagger. All right, let me move your guys in there. This is gonna be fun.
Scraps it's getting nighttime, right? So Scraps is just gonna wait outside the front door and keep an eye on the streets, looking for any dark dwarves or anything, because he's suspicious now.
You make sure you stay safe out here, Scraps.
I'll pull the hood down extra low.
All right. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
That's a good chap. That's a good chap.
Maybe I should stay outside with him.
That might be a good idea.
You have a feeling if you take Alistair into the bar with the guards, there's going to be a fight. So you might want to have him.
So Alistair, why don't you stay outside as well? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should calm down a little.
I
Well,
feel
the
your
rest of us, let's go
contempt,
inside and speak.
So before you guys go in, I hand one of you the rest of the gallon and be like, make friends.
I'll take it.
Hey.
All right, so we walk in.
I will also use prestidigitation to make sure the ale is nice and chilled, since it probably started to get a little warm throughout the day.
Sloshing around in that little tiny pony keg that they gave us.
Yeah.
Yep.
The camera. I'm moving over to the side. If y'all were here live, you could just move your own things. And I wouldn't have to do this, but COVID has made it where I have to move everybody's darn ninny. Can y'all see inside the inside the tavern?
Yeah.
Not currently.
Yeah, I can see it. But also,
Now I can. Yeah.
Alistair, Malkavia, and Scraps are staying outside.
Okay, so Scraps is outside. Here's Scraps. Here's Alistair and Malkavia. What one is your mini? Is it this black one?
It was the Rogue mini, the number 7.
So that's the black mini. That's this one. Okay, so y'all are outside. Let me put this down. You should be able to see the barkeep standing behind the bar. One day y'all are gonna have to come here and play live. Yeah, probably not because I'm in New Jersey. Little bit far for that. All right. If the Red Rock Tavern is the locals bar, then the Broken Dagger is the bar for Zentaran brutes orcs and all manner of general collaborators. Locals say you'll never find a better hive of scum and villainy. So it's no surprise that yeah, I know, right? So it's no surprise that upon your arrival, you can tell this dive has seen some serious action. You can hear yelling and glass breaking before you even walk in the door. This is going to be an interesting visit. As you walk in the door, the crowd inside goes a bit more quiet for a sec, as many Zen eyes turn to see who has come into their bar. A gritty-skinned, black-toothed human male with an eye patch soon approaches, cleaning a cup he is holding with what is obviously a dirty rag. Looks like you daggies are in the wrong place. Your bar's down the street. Best get going while you can still walk out of here by your own accord. With that, you notice a few orcs stand up and approach you. One of them begins to speak. Puny creatures, you weak, you fight Gorak. You prove yourself strong. Adventurers like you always talk and talk, but you have no grumba. The other orcs let out a burst of laughter. Show human what you say. You fight Gorak? And he puts his fists up. Or run like scared little gnome.
Fight you. On one condition. We take it outside.
Okay, so you're gonna fight him outside? Fine, we fight outside.
So just do us a favor. Just wait for us out there. We'll be right with you.
All right. So is everybody going outside to watch the fight?
No. He's going out by himself. The rest of us are staying inside.
All right. So he's going out. So Razanor goes out by himself.
He's going out ready to fight, but he's going out by himself. The rest of us are going to stay inside the bar and try to figure out what the heck's going on.
Whereas Scrass, Malkavia, and Alistair were probably all leaned up against the side of the building, and we're probably just like, okay.
Yeah, y'all are just chilling right here by the guy with the dog. I can adjust. If you can't see your characters well enough, I can put the above first-person view cam in. Just let me know.
It's okay.
All right. So
Hey, you're back already? Wow, that guy is big.
All right, yeah, the orc is right next to you, and his friends now, they've come outside. They're kind of like, doing what the little toadies usually do. They're just sitting back, kind of watching over here, standing next to Alistair and everybody else, doing their thing. All right, so Razan, he looks back at his friends. This will be easy battle. Me fight you so simple. Come now, fight Gorak. All right, so
I look around and be like, who's he talking about?
all right, so Gorak, he puts up his dukes and he's ready to go. He sees like his drool coming from his mouth. This guy's teeth are yellow, they stink, but he's ready to go. Jesus, it looks like he probably hasn't bathed in weeks. He probably get knocked out from the pure smell. Let's roll initiative.
What?
This is still
Cobalt, go. Show who's
all right. I got a 16 for initiative. What did you roll, Raz?
I got a 15.
All right, so my guy's gonna go first. So the orc, he only does, obviously it's just your 1 plus your strength, bonus for unarmed damage. So he takes out the first fist before, you try to get quick, but you're just not quick enough. Let's make sure it hits you first, though, duh. Make sure it hits you with an attack roll first. All right. Yeah, it automatically hits because it's strength, but it's just 1 damage. All right, so he gets his hit in, and he takes a punch to your face, and he hits your jaw, and it's a whop. You can feel the hair in his knuckles scrape across your face with the slimy orc skin. You feel a little bit of blood start welling inside your cheek with that stinging sensation as your lip is busted and begins to go down. He looks at you and says, "Humans bleed so easy." So now you have to take off 4 damage.
He's actually a dragon.
Yeah, I was like, this is a dumb orc.
What color is dragon? What color? I'm sorry, not humans. You correct the DM. That's right. Dragonborn bleeds so easy.
It's just a skin condition. It's fine.
put some. Wait. But then here, put some lotion in the basket, or else it gets the hose again. Put some lotion on the skin.
Oh no.
Put the lotion on the skin, precious. All right. All jokes aside. So, all right, Razanor, you take 4 damage. So you are down to 7 points. And now, how do you want to hit him?
Very hard.
Right. So Razanor will kind of wipe his bottom lip a little. Then he will kind of dash to the side a little and deliver a punch up into this guy's armpit.
Micro pitch.
Hey DM, while this fight's going on, can I pull out my lute and start like playing? You know, just give it a little fun action music.
I so wish you could play "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round Like a Record, Baby." I'm sorry. I really am. So,
That's gonna be the clip of the stream.
right round, baby, right round.
How many orcs are with him?
He has 2 other orcs. They're just staring on, cheering at this point. Gorak winning. Gorak going to win. Nobody beat Gorak. Ha ha. All right. So since this is like
Do any of them have a coin pocket, perchance?
you could check. You could go check.
So what would you need? You need a perception check?
They're a passive perception if you're trying to get the orcs. If you're just doing a sleight of hand.
My passive perception is 13, but I can certainly try to lift their coin purse. I just need to know that they have one. I'm not going to go feeling around. I just want to see if there's one that's visible to me.
No, you don't see anything visible. No.
Okay. I was going to say, if I look at Faraday, give him the little nod, like, need me to play for somebody?
And just as a note, Razanor is going to be ending his turn kind of next to the orc there.
Okay. All right. So
not directly in front of him, but like to his side.
So how much is your strength, Razanor? What's your damage? I think you do. What are you plus what?
If it's 1 plus strength, then it's also 4 damage.
Okay, so it takes off 4. And minus 4. All right. I'm
gonna turn to Alistair and say, do we really have time for this?
They told me there wasn't going to be a fight. I'm kind of disappointed that they're fighting. You see, I kind of lunge forward a little bit with my staff, and I imagine Malkavia kind of giving the sign like, no.
I don't do anything. Do what you want, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait one more round of combat here to see if you can knock him out. If not, I'm coming in.
I play more feverishly.
Well, at that moment, as you're thinking about that, about to jump in and try to break it up, the guards come running around the corner. Hey, what's going on here? Break it up here. Yeah, break it up. I'm not going to be going on here. Got it out. Got out the crap.
Oh, look. It's those guards that said that they can beat the crap out of Raznar. Oh my gosh, look, there they are, right there.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Look, if you don't stop right now, all y'all gonna be taken in and thrown in the dungeon.
You don't allow consent. You don't allow 2 consenting adults to duel for their honor.
Who started this? Who started it?
Who's the greatest orc in the world?
The orc started it. You come here, Gorak. We've told you enough with the fighting. Enough with you. We've told you plenty of times. Oh, Gorak like to fight. Doesn't matter. Gonna give you a good wallop. Good. And he wallops Gorak. Gorak kind of like gets knocked out, falls down on the ground. Now you, scaredy one. We suggest you get on before you get a wallop as well, or I'll take you in. Now you gonna go? Or do you want trouble?
There's not a place we could go in this town where these guys aren't up.
Yeah, well,
I know. Geez, it's like
back into the bar.
I feel like we're literally not getting anywhere. Everywhere it's like talk to somebody. It's like,
Get out of here. We can still go in the bar though, right?
Well, you're picking. What's funny is that like the way the module is going, you're actually just picking coincidentally all the decisions that like revolve around getting involved. The constable's tower, the guards are there. They're guarding the place. So it's like every section, and then this place with the fight, obviously it's going to get broken up. But yeah,
I thought this guy was like a guard, like the orc will work.
He's one of the
But I
constables.
thought this is where the cops. This was
well, he's a collaborator. Like a collaborator, but they still don't want him causing trouble.
All right.
Yeah, Raznor replies to the guards. I stood up for my. All I wanted to do was stand up for myself. I have done that.
I said, well
and
done,
he
man.
kind of bows and genuflects and heads back into the tavern.
You fought well, and I put my hand on your shoulder and I cast Cure Light Wounds.
All right, they let you walk back at the guards.
12 max.
All right. Then the guards seem to like they look at Gorak and then just kind of walk on. The other orcs ran off. Obviously, they have no loyalty to their friend and they're gone. So the guards they broke up the scene. Everybody's out of trouble and they're on their thing. Now at this point, it's kind of late at night. What would you want to do?
We could go beat up some goblins.
Oh,
That's nice.
there's other things too. There's many other locations you haven't been to as well. That hopefully won't have guards.
Technically, we still haven't gotten any information from this place yet.
Let's sneak into
still
the
need
temple.
to talk to people in this place. Yeah.
I say we try to sneak into the temple under cover of night.
I think that's a good idea, actually.
You also got to remember, you just got to town. It's your first day here, so just be patient. It's coming, guys.
I don't like being told I can't go places.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Well, you can't just walk into
No,
everywhere
I'm
in
talking
life.
about the guards. That's why I want to
Oh,
sneak in.
I'm about to say I can't. I mean, if you want it where I let you just go anywhere, I could do that, but it would ruin the module because I didn't write this. This is,
No, we're good. We're good.
I feel bad. I want y'all to be happy.
No, you're good. You're good.
We're happy.
So the
So
plan is.
James is happy. Alice is
So at this point,
Faraday's not thrilled.
you guys are gonna go back in and possibly talk to people, and I'll stay out here with Scraps, and I'll play my lute, and he'll dance, and we'll try to make some money.
I forgot. Who are
Okay.
we going to talk to here? Was there somebody in particular that we were going to talk to here?
No,
We were
just
going
guards in
to,
general.
Yeah, we were going to maybe buy some guys some drinks and loosen their lips a little.
Instead, we got into a fight with them.
The orc started it. That was all him.
Hey, if you
Playing adventures.
y'all handled it better than the evil party, though. The evil party, when this situation happened, they just strangled them.
Oh man,
They just
I was so close. I was so close to just firing a crossbow bolt to time the crossbow bolt perfectly with Raznanor's punch. So just like a sleight of hand, like to the back of his head. But,
Explosive fists.
I punch people in arrows appear.
Yeah, it's. I just love watching the difference in how good and evil solve their problems, but yet both of y'all still got in a fight. It's like the same. Didn't matter how it happened. Somebody still
He
get in a
started
fight.
it.
yeah.
I mean,
It's kinda-
Raznor's logic
like
was
an offense.
this is clearly a very rough and tumble town. So if he at least stands up for himself, then he might gain a little bit more respect, and people might open up to him a little more.
That's
That's valid thinking.
That's
Soon the
right.
will beat up the biggest kids so that everyone respects
that,
you.
that kind of. I can see how that makes sense. These are rough and tough. They are like that. They are Dale's people are hardy, tough people. So I could see how they would respect someone who kind of takes a good knock. I can see that.
Be a proud dragonborn.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a little disappointed though that it ended so soon because
Hmm.
I was positioning myself in such a way that I could use my breath weapon and not set buildings. for
You
other people.
were gonna
Town has had
wait.
enough damage.
So just to be clear, you're about to commit wholesale murder on the streets of a town in broad daylight. I just want to be clear on this.
At this about mid-afternoon, evening. You
Oh,
said.
excuse me, mid evening. That's right. Wholesale murder at night. Okay.
Fine.
And technically,
there's
it's
people with
arson.
healing magic. You'll be okay.
Oh, he's right. Technically, it is arson. He died by the arson, not exactly the fire.
And it was a duel, and there was other people watching. So,
But to the death. No one said
Witnesses.
to the death.
I'd like to remind everyone at this point that declaring non-lethal damage is a thing.
Hey guys.
That's
Hey
true.
guys, real quick before you decide where you want to go, or you can think about it. Does everybody want to take a 5-minute break to go to the bathroom, grab a drink?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds
Let's
like
do
Like
that.
that.
Yeah, it's 7:40 right now, so we're halfway through. So
all right.
All right, we'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Everybody who's watching, be right back. Hey guys, I'm just hanging out here, waiting until everybody else gets back. If you have some questions you want to ask me, just let me know about what we're doing, future plans for the stream. Please support us on Instagram, Patreon. We've got links all below that you can go to and do that. And when we get subscribe, if you can, please subscribe to us. Anything that you help us with is just gonna make it where we can give you a better stream. More Dwarven Forge, more tables, so we can transition from, of course, these environments straight to dungeons rather than having to build a dungeon. So we can theoretically just do a whole module just set up here at the garage. So yeah, just help us out if you can. If not, just come and watch us. That's great too. But if you got any questions, just let me know.
Hey Tony, you might want to check the names on the cameras.
Yeah, I just mentioned that everybody switched spots for some.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
did you hear that, JC?
We're gonna wait till the last person.
Okay.
Oh no, there's 2 more people.
Can you all hear what he's
And then I'll
saying?
switch up the name.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
they can
found
hear.
it when you turn off your video and then re-enable it, it switches spots. So if you can find something to just cover up your camera, it's easier because then everything doesn't switch every time we leave.
Yeah, we got to figure out something about this. It's a real pain in the butt. But going back to like I said, I really feel. Please don't feel you're not making progress. You actually are. But I don't want to spoil anything for you because I feel like you're like, oh, we're not getting anywhere. You're getting somewhere.
No,
we need to complain in character, but it's not players.
Exactly.
So like, you don't need to interject to tell us it's okay. But we're still going to complain because the guards are being.
Oh, I
assholes.
thought you were. Oh, you were in character when you did that. I thought you were saying like, oh, my bad. I felt terrible. It's like, oh God, I got to make this better for these guys. What can I do? So, yeah.
I mean, I think that a lot of us are trying to do our own personal investigation in our minds. Like, okay, what's the next step? What's the next thing in the list to check off? And then it's just like, because for me, I know that we still need to talk to the leather dude, the tanner or the leather works, because apparently they have something for us to do, from what Kessler said. But at the same time, that's just like another thing on the list that's at the bottom because we're trying to investigate a more higher priority.
Yeah, you've got a ton of little places to go to that will slowly get you. It's a mystery. This is, like I said, it's the first 2E adventure that they wrote when second edition was released. It was the very first one they released, and after this, I think it was the Haunted Halls of Evening Star. But the way this works, it's a mystery, man, and you just kind of piecing it all together. So, but you got the Night Dwarves, so.
Hell yeah.
And you did some stuff the Evil Party did not do and found out about, so that was interesting.
I mean, I think that it's a matter of like every little thing we do probably has some sort of little bit, and then we will have to piece it all together, or other interactions will open up new clues, which is like
and like I mentioned, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to D&D, so a lot of the stuff. But I just I feel like there's always an opportunity or an avenue to maybe open up a different way of doing things, right? Like how we can, and it's not just to break the game, so to speak, because I get it. There are certain like goals that we all are trying to get to, and we need to kind of steer our way to them. I just, I'm just up for anything. Like I like the idea of like kind of improvising our way through things.
Yeah, you can do that
in a way that maybe isn't exactly how the module has it. I don't know how everybody else, what everybody else feels.
Oh, you could do many different things. Like some of the things you mentioned were possible. Like you could try it. You could try anything. Like if you want to try to break into the temple.
That's what it is. It's like
you can try.
That takes us down a road, or it takes us down a path that in a way like delays us, but it could also be fun.
Just remember, there's consequences though. So if you break into some place and you get caught, there'll be consequences.
How D&D should be.
Yeah, just remember that.
Exactly.
Just remember
exactly.
So to kind of like loop us back into what we were about to do, like Raznor, the Dragonborn, is going to go back into the bar and ask some questions. Malkavi is cool with staying outside and just chilling out here.
Okay.
I don't know everybody else's
I
wedding.
like what you said about like doing a song or dance or something and trying to make some money with scraps. But then I was thinking about it more, and I think if I could maybe like cut out some like weird, shitty looking wings with some cloth, and then we could do like a street performance as the world's smallest dragon, and you could try and make some money off.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up because I think it's in like Volo's Guide or something. There's actually a subtype of kobold that has invented functional wings for himself.
Yeah, I've seen those. I didn't want to take it because I feel like flying at level 1 is a little too OP, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool, yeah. As someone who has a flying character in another campaign, flight is really fucking fun and useful.
Is everybody back? Is everybody back yet, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. All right.
so.
So, Razanor has gone back into... Everybody else is outside. Razanor has gone back in. Everybody else is now outside. Or who else is inside with Raz? Does anybody want to be in there?
Hanzo's.
We'll
I'll follow back in as well.
We'll leave a few people in there. All right.
I'll go back inside as well.
Oh, all right. So we got put you back in. All right. So basically, almost everybody's back in there. Let's get this work knocked out off the road. Get clean. Tiger to Panzer. Clean that trash off the road. All right. So you walk in, and the bartender. He's just like, wow. I've seen a lot of fights in this place, but that was really impressive. Normally I'd spit on you, but since you entertained me and the ale was flowing, you could come on in. What can I do for you? You thirsty?
Thank you. Thank you for your so gracious invitation.
I don't mention it. I still don't like you, but I respect you.
What is your specialty here?
We got ale, we got meat, we got cheese, we got bread. This ain't Waterdeep, and it ain't Baldur's Gate. You ain't gonna get no fancy dancy meals in here. It's them Tarum stuff only. What comes in from Eastern Flan is all you're gonna get.
Well, I'll take
mead.
a glass of ale.
Right, that'll be 2 silver pieces.
Hand over 2 silver pieces.
Hand them over. And I don't charge you for the drinks, guys. You don't have to deduct. No, deduct those silver pieces for the cheese. We could do that, but that'd be like ultra hardcore. So, all right. So he goes off and he's gonna get your food and everything else, unless there's somebody else who wants something. You see, there's people. There's a few people
Sir,
milling
mead
around.
by any chance?
Oh, you okay? So you want some cheese too?
I said mead.
Oh, mead. All right, we get you some mead. Get you everything else. Is there anything else for any of y'all?
Well, actually, we're looking for some information.
Well, normally, like I said, I wouldn't tell you much, but since I kind of respect that scaly one over there for his fighting, I will tell you a little bit about this town, because I know something they don't want me to. I saw when they came out. I saw the faces. I don't know what's going on at the temple, but I'll tell you something terrible has been awakened underneath this town, and soon either this place will be abandoned, or all within enslaved to whatever dark power lies below. Now, eat your food, because it's getting late, and we're going to be closing soon.
One more question. Why do they guard the ruins of a burned-down temple?
Nobody really messed around with it until recently. And all of a sudden, there's guards all over the place. Ain't nobody gets in there without the constable's permission.
And sir, we've, pray tell, heard of a sorcerer. Have you heard of any of this?
Don't know nothing about no sorcerer.
And you said something about having seen their faces. What exactly did you see?
Bunch of
Whose
guards.
faces?
All I saw was that when I was over there, and the guards came out of that temple, burnt as it was, and their faces were white with fear and terror. I ain't never seen men look like that, and these were hearty dalesmen. They don't scare easily. But these men buckled with fear.
Must have been truly terrifying.
Now, are you done with your meals, gentlemen? 'Cause it's time for me to close. Best you head on out. I don't got no rooms here. I ain't no inn.
We
Thank
should
you for
probably
the,
get some accommodations. We should probably get some accommodations, chaps. What do you think?
Perhaps you could point us in the direction of the inn.
What, the test food? It's right at the front of town. You can't miss it.
All right, so I guess we'll head to the inn to drop off our extraneous gear, which we've been carrying with us all day.
You've been hanging out, full decked out, man. All right, so you're gonna head to the.
He doesn't have extraneous gear. He just always has what's on his back: his stick and a pocket full of rocks.
A pocket. All right, so y'all gonna head to the Teshford then. All right. Deciding to look for lodging, you seek out the Teshford Arms, the only operating inn in town. Entering the inn, you notice the distinct smell of food mixed with farm animals. None too pleasing to be sure, but tolerable. You can see that much of the original paint that was on the inside to please travelers coming this way, on their way south, has worn off with time. Hold out that the rooms will be better, but you don't hope too much. A stout middle-aged woman approaches and begins to speak. Hello, welcome to the finest sleeping establishment north of Araby. I'm Miss Olivia Cheshford. My father started this inn, and after he went into Lathander's light, I took over. So what be's your names, friends? And while y'all reading the names, I'm going to move your characters into the building.
All right. I am Sir Razanor, Paladin of Justice, at your service.
I am
Pleased to
Holmes
meet you.
Sullivan, and I would like to do something about the slight smell in here, and I will wave my wand and
What
press the
smell?
vegetation
Ain't
to
no
make it
smell in here.
nicer.
Ain't no smell. This is me home you're talking about.
And it's a lovely home. But does it not smell better? Smell like flowers, perhaps?
I ain't noticed no smell. She sniffs her armpit. Ain't nobody ever complained before.
I'm Scraps.
I also make it smell different, but not on purpose.
Somehow I know what you're saying. Let me guess. All right. A cobbled, is it? I ain't seen many cobbles around here unless they be causing trouble. Well, what can I do
No,
for
not a kobold. Really ugly halfling.
you? You got a dragonborn and a cobble so far. All these people. What can I do? Come on. And who else?
I'm
this is not-
Alistair. You know me.
Oh, yes, Mr. Dwarf. Oh, you're welcome back. We've had you here before. You having problems with your wife again, are you? We told you not to be going down those places. Staying out of trouble and staying up too late gives your wife the wrong idea. Do you need another room, your usual?
Me? I think you're thinking of someone else.
No. You always be getting in trouble with your wife. You sure? I'm sure it is be you. Not many dwarves around these parts.
Are you saying all dwarves look alike? Because I don't have a wife.
Oh, I don't want no trouble now, Mr. Dwarf. Don't be coming in here and causing me no trouble. If you want
Hey,
a
I'll
room,
go
I got
sleep
a
in a
room
tree
for you.
like usual.
I'm gonna move
Pay money to stay in a place that stinks.
Don't be talking about if you don't want to stay here, you can leave.
I don't.
Alistair should have been on the evil team.
Grumpy
All right.
is not evil. I'm a good guy.
I know you're gruffy. You're gruff. You're gruff but lovable. That's the word.
Gruff. Exactly.
Gruff. All right. Can you all see the inside of the inn? Okay.
Olivia, dear. We're going to need at least, I would say, how many? Two-door room, gentlemen. Yes, two-door room. Yes, one for me. I'll be by myself. So yes, 4 rooms, Olivia. What would that run us?
4 rooms here was normally double the price because we got to worry about the collecting extra from the guards. They always come in here
How much
asking.
is the room, Olivia?
I'd say 4 gold pieces per person.
4 gold pieces. 4 gold pieces.
This inn's been here for
I'm
years.
Sorry. I apologize. I've had a rather long day today. I've had about 18 conversations with gods. Olivia, 4 gold pieces. I've been to the top of the Talon Keep overlooking the Bellum Falls and haven't paid 4 gold pieces for a room.
Well, I can't say I know where those places are, and I don't know, but I will tell you where you are now. You're in Dagger Falls, and a room in Dagger Falls costs 4 gold pieces, unless you know another inn where you can sleep.
Olivia.
Well, Alistair wants to sleep outside.
That's where I sleep every day.
Don't worry, guys.
Are there trees across the way? Because I'm just going to go across the street and climb one of those trees. And that's where I'm sleeping.
You're going to go out and sleep in the woods, are you?
Actually,
I'm not talking to you.
Gentlemen, we could also all crowd into Mary's little house.
Do we know? Do we know if what she has is contagious?
Yes, I don't think that's a good idea. That man is under enough stress.
So, quick matter of point, gentlemen. Since it seems we did have some errands to run this evening, do we even need a room?
I'm fine with staying outside. I'm used to
Now,
it.
wait, guys, before I have to
plan on taking a long rest on the road.
I have to ask something. If you decide that you're gonna not sleep, do you want exhaustion levels for realism, or do you just want to be able to run like you guys are pretty much, don't ever need sleep?
Oh, exhaustion should exist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Fair.
Okay. Just want to make it's your guess. Just want to make sure that's what y'all want. Exhaustion
I was
it
just
is.
thinking,
Then.
out of character, if we're going to the temple.
Right. Yeah.
If we're trying to sneak in.
I feel like we need a base of operations. We don't have that yet. Right?
How about this, Olivia? I'm Mary's brother, Malkavia, and I think it would be a really nice gesture if you could possibly just put us all into 2 rooms, and maybe we'll call it 30 silver right now. She's really, really sick right now, and we're just trying our best to help her.
Tis Mary your sister? 'Tis sad what happened to the girl. Sweet she was. I knew her, I did. Oh dear. Always used to come around and talk to me when nobody else would. And she never said anything about me place smelling. She looks at the whoever said they were going to cast the spell to make it not smell. She glances aside words, she gives you the slanty eye look like, yeah, I'm talking to you.
Olivia, I'm sorry, outsiders, but anyways, if you could help us out, it would really make us, very much appreciative. And we're just trying to help my sister out and potentially help out the rest of the town.
I got some rooms that have more than 1 bed in them. I could set you up in those, and then I could just charge you 1 gold piece for each room. So it'd be a total of 2 gold pieces per night. But that's the best I can do, and all y'all could stay in each of those 2 rooms. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should 7. You should be able to fit in there. 1 might have to be on the floor, but you still should be able to fit.
There's 6 of us.
A lot of room.
What are those trees across the way? Is that like a park or something? I'm not kidding. I mean, it has nothing to do with the gold. Alistair has no desire to spend a night under a roof if he could spend a night under the stars.
Oh, I like the RPing. Okay, that's fine. You want to go... Well, Mr. Dwarf, if you don't want to sleep here, and you want to sleep out under there, Lord knows what's out in those woods, but go for it. Go out there and sleep in the heart of Faerun with all the monsters and everything else in this world. See if I give a damn what happens to you.
Asking
who knows?
as a
you
player...
might see a night dwarf.
Right. Asking as a player, what are those trees across the way? Is that outside the city?
Oh, crap. I thought you were in character. Yes.
Well, no, I was, but now I'm not.
You are. Once you go out there, yes, that is. I move you into the woods until I get another table. When I get another table, I'll have 1 whole table just for woods. But for right now, when you say, okay, we're leaving the town and we're heading towards the woods, you just transition into that area.
Okay, so there is no little wooded area inside the walls of the town.
No, you'd have to literally
Okay.
say, I'm
All right,
leaving the
then
town.
Then I will stay at the inn. That's fine. If I have no choice but to sleep on a street or sleep in this smelly place, I'll sleep in this smelly place.
You could go, theoretically, you could go try to sleep in the woods, but obviously,
No. I thought they were within the walls of the city.
No.
We could go wake out those goblins. I hear they have some pretty nice caves.
Be careful though, the goblins, lots of raiders, lots of problems around this town. People getting attacked at night when they try to bring in supplies over to the Red Rock. But she ain't the only one that got problems. I heard the Tanner, he needs help too. Lots of things going on in this town, I tell you.
How often do you get supplies?
I ain't got many. But I know over at the Red Rock, she's supposed to be getting things at least once a week now. How well
Do you know when the next shipment's
have you got it? Have you got it? Talk to her yet? She's a wonderful girl named Kester. Sweet she is. She's one of those half elves.
I just look to the rest of the people because I don't think I went in anywhere.
We have come to see her, and she was very lovely to talk to. Actually, we are going to be dealing with her issue with deliveries.
Oh, well, that's wonderful then. I'm sure she was very pleased. You're right good adventurers, you are. So you've taken those rooms, are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you've taken the
Alistair,
room.
I know you are close to it, but I think it would be best for now, at least, that you sleep in a building rather than in the forest where these night dwarves or whatever else is out there has easy access to you.
He just grunts and reluctantly follows you.
If it makes you feel better, Alistair, you can have the floor.
Very kind of you. Very kind indeed.
Scraps puts the 2 gold on the counter and pays for all the rooms.
So, oh, wow.
Whoa. A loaded kobold.
I like to collect shiny things. What can I say?
I mean, he does have a cannon on his back, so you know.
I made it myself.
Oh boy. Why don't we try?
Is that what that is, Scraps?
Something like that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
All right,
It's a 50-50.
I'm gonna set up the inn. So y'all, is anybody, everybody going to sleep? Is anybody staying up? Is anybody going to be walking around
so
town?
wait a second.
Y'all make those decisions while
We
I
should
set your
probably
stuff
discuss
up.
this.
Right. I think we should
I
all
don't
just
think
go
anyone's
into
gonna
one of the
sleep yet.
rooms. Yeah, like we should just like go into one of the rooms at least to have a powwow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just kind of establishing where we're going to sleep and where we're going to meet up at night, that kind of thing.
I mean, I guess we could right now talk it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think?
You want to
I
see?
think we should try and see about that goblin issue. At the very least, we can gain some information about it before we actually attack the attackers.
Yeah.
Or we could head to the temple.
We
Is there
could.
Did you guys learn anything when you were at the Broken Dagger about the temple?
Well, apparently there's something absolutely horrifying down there. The bartender said that he was in that area one night, and he saw a whole bunch of people, dalesmen, running out in terror, faces pallid as though they had just seen a ghost. And according to him, nothing does that lightly. So, the temple is definitely worth investigating. I personally think we should deal with the goblins first, and then do the temple, because then it will be very late at night, so people will be starting to fall asleep.
Tony, roughly what time is it right now?
Is it nighttime?
Yeah, he's busy.
But I mean,
If it would be useful, I have some ability that I could maybe do some reconnaissance on the temple.
Yeah, I was going to suggest finding out when the guards shifts were changing.
Any information is good information.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, we don't know about the goblins. Like,
Well, we know the general area that they attack in.
right, but we also know that they attack convoys, and there isn't one at the moment.
And they've been attacking them at night, which means that probably not the best time to go and attack them. They're probably more structured at night, from the sounds of it.
To be fair, we don't know when the next caravan is supposed to be coming. It could be very soon, or it could be in a week. I don't really know.
Right, but I feel as though if they're always attacking caravans at nighttime, that kind of illustrates.
All right. Can you all see yourselves now in the tavern? Oh, I mean the inn, upstairs in your bedrooms with your lockboxes and your chamber pots? That's right. We spared. When we build stuff for the audience and Twitch, we even make sure we have chamber pots.
So
that much detail.
So right now we've been discussing kind of our next set of plans, and so just as a point of context, what was it? Olivia stated that the supplies have been constantly getting raided at night. Is that correct?
Yes, she did.
Okay. So
Kessler told you that, but it doesn't matter. Yes, at night.
So I just want to make sure that I iterated the point that it seems like the goblins are more active at nighttime, which might not be the best time to go after goblins.
Bring some liquid courage and go out there.
And Tony, roughly what time is it right now?
In your world, in the game world, you're looking at, it's probably getting late at night, around 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's getting up there.
Okay.
So you've been around, walking around this town today and talking to lots of people.
So one thing we could consider if we're going for the goblins is acting as a caravan to bait them out.
You could try that. That's a good thought. I didn't even think that's a good one.
Or set up a counter trap. We could just load a caravan full of traps. I love traps.
That's smart.
Well,
I mean, can't we do both?
The caravan idea is perfect because we still have this massive keg of ale.
Got the pony keg.
Y'all just think that
it was a gallon.
Y'all think that ale is the answer to every problem. It's like dragon roll, undead dragon. Give it ale.
I thought he was suggesting fluffernutter.
Transport something. We have a thing to transport.
I'm thinking
Let's use it.
Thinking of a milk jug that's a gallon, so I'm just like,
just rolling around, just rolling around the ale. All right, so right now though,
is there?
What?
Can we borrow someone's cart?
I don't know. You'd have to go ask. Find someone who has a cart.
And I'm out of character here, but if we borrowed a cart and put a bunch of us in the cart, so it only looked like two people were carrying the cart. Like along, maybe that would elicit an attack.
Maybe
counterattack.
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, so I'll walk downstairs and I'll say, Olivia, dear, would you happen to know where we can borrow a cart?
Cart? Like
yes,
you want,
a cart, like a carriage.
Oh, well, can't say other than maybe you could check Fogas. Caravan supplies, he might know somebody that's coming in. Or you could go back and speak to Kessler. She might be able to set you up with one of her drivers.
All right, that's fair. So, listen, we haven't been to the caravan supplies yet. Maybe we should venture over there.
Yes, let's see what there is.
Yeah.
Another thing to consider with Kessler is, right, Kessler or Kessler?
Kessler.
If she has her logo on there, we know that her caravans have been getting attacked.
She's branded.
Kessler's brand, Steel Beef Supplies. Kessler's Steel.
Red Rock Inn.
You're right.
You can get, yeah, like one of those. Red Rock Tavern.
Transport. Yeah.
Right. 1
Perhaps
million served.
Perhaps we could get an open-backed cart and then create the illusion of lots of cargo and goods in the back that we were actually all inside.
Yeah. I mean, at any cart at this point would probably be the way to go.
We just need to get one, and they're probably a little expensive.
I think personally that
Okay, so wait, Kessler's the one who wanted the problem solved. So she's more likely to help us get the cart. So let's just go talk to Kessler and get a cart from her if she can.
Are we dropping off any of our things, or are we just moving on?
I'm just moving on.
I'm leaving behind my dungeoneering kit. It's way too heavy for Scraps. He can barely carry it.
All right, so y'all have had your powwow at the inn then, right now.
Yeah.
Okay, are you leaving? You're not leaving anything in your lock boxes?
I'm putting my dungeoneering kit in there, or dungeoneering bag. Whatever.
All right. Do I need to go open the lock boxes because they do actually open if you want that much detail?
No.
No, it's okay.
I love it, man. That's how much I love you guys, man. I even get lock boxes that open. Completely pointless, and you'll probably never need it. But I have it.
So now I have to make you open it, right?
Yeah, one of these days I want the wait. What is it? Lock box. Gotta put the lock box. Don't you remember that for Saturday Night Live? No. I'm showing my age. Okay. All right. So everybody, are you staying in the inn? Are you leaving? What's going on?
We're all going over to Kessler's.
All right. So you're gonna leave and go out to Kessler's. Okay. After many hours, and as time begins, I didn't think you'd get to this point, but after many hours and as time begins to stretch into midnight hours, you decide that now may be a good time to return to the Teshford Arms for a night's rest. As you tiredly make your ways after leaving the inn, though, you hear a strange yelp and a whimper. Within a few moments, you hear the same sound again, and this time you recognize it as the sound of a dog being badly hurt. As you round the corner to see who or what could be cruelly hurting an animal, you see a short, dark form in front of you. It seems to have spikes all around the head, elbows, and legs, but it is scuttling away too quickly to be sure. Now, you're going to have to hold on because I didn't think y'all just somehow find a way to get to a point I didn't think you'd reach yet. So hold on while I set this up.
Oh shit!
Nice. I was going to say, I was like, short bow arrow launch.
I imagine as well, while we're walking, I would have asked the big elf magic friend,
How are you able to do reconnaissance on the temple? That sounds really good.
I could turn into a small creature, maybe a cat, and walk around, hopefully with less being noticed.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
You'll have to teach me that trick.
Can you turn into a bird?
Sadly, I can't quite fly with my abilities yet.
Same.
Out of character, I will be rushing towards wherever the dog's getting hurt.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw that something was scurrying away, so I think pursuit is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Razanor is gonna be fucking bolting after this thing.
Now,
Yeah, I
just
don't
curious.
think any of us like dogs being
We
hurt.
nobody,
Like that?
everybody has dark vision, right?
No.
yes.
No, do I have dark vision?
Dragonborn do
Halflings
not.
do not.
In fact, it's
Halflings
almost
do
all
not.
I have.
No for halflings.
Okay.
No,
And
yeah.
Cody, what's
Yes.
So I thought you were half elf.
Human.
Human. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so there's like going to be two people that are like, hey.
I imagine there's probably some sort of street torches or street lanterns or something. Maybe. I could be wrong.
I hope so because I chose not to take light or dancing light as a cantrip.
I can produce some fire.
I mean, I have
if we
a
need some
torch. I have a literal torch that lets me get light.
I also have a hooded lantern with me if we need it. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do because it's nighttime. I just hand the hooded lantern over to you, Cody.
All right. Much obliged, sir.
Of course.
I take out my wax pomade, I uncap it, I uncork it, and I just start waxing my mustache.
Somebody's hitting a dog.
This is unacceptable.
Mystery on our hands.
But yeah.
Oh my god. Man, it's a really good thing that you're not in the evil campaign, because that would be way too on the nose.
What the twirling mustache? The
Fucking wax mustache and twirling.
yeah. Yeah, he likes to have his handlebar mustache perfectly curled at all times. He's
So-
very vain about the mustache.
So you a pomade or a Dapper Dan kind of man?
A pomade.
I start to
Man.
self-consciously pick sticks out of my beard when I see you grooming your mustache.
You back the color prints on Hero Forge. It looks really
It's
good.
amazing, right?
Yeah, they're
I like
awesome.
that. I mean, it's
All
not as good as, like
right.
a painted one, like a hand painted, but
You
it's
should
pretty
be
good.
able to see the little knight thingy. What we probably know is obviously going to be a guess to be a night dwarf, but you should be able to see it. You see it on the camera.
We need a camera switch.
Might take a few seconds here.
Delay.
So we're in pursuit of this thing, right? Or is it like still standing there?
Absolutely.
Wait, hold on. What JC?
All right, so what's that's
Okay.
turned on its side?
That's
I think that's the
that's a dog. All right, so
Dog down.
That's the dog.
y'all need to make a decision within. Now this is another thing. Do you want me to give you time limits, like on how quick you can decide to do something, or do you just want to have all the moments time in the world to decide?
I mean,
Um,
within acceptable reason.
I mean,
yeah,
reasonable-
a
reasonable
little bit of
time.
time.
Okay.
Not like
Yeah.
Well
But
then.
I think we all decided pursue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as the general reaction, we would have followed the guy.
mhm.
If
Been
I
like,
see nobody
"Oi!"
else going down for the dog, I might slow down for the dog.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna chase after it. Who's going? Who's chasing?
Yep.
I think all of us.
Okay.
Cosmos Jason.
Everyone.
Who's wearing metal armor? Okay. Anybody? If you're, these things are running fast. With moment's hesitation, you make chase for the fleeing creatures. Those in your group with armor quickly realize they will not be able to catch up with the creature and have to stop the pursuit. The members of your party who are wearing light or no armor at all are able to catch up and are now within striking distance or striking range of its back.
I'm gonna take a shot with my hand crossbow.
Okay, take a shot with the hand crossbow. Hold on.
What about a warning?
No
Like,
warning.
Nah,
You're just gonna
he was
shoot
hurting
it.
a dog.
Yeah.
Shoot for the leg.
He was.
Fair
hurting a
enough.
dog.
Fair enough.
Kill it Friday.
Okay, so you're gonna try to kill it. Okay,
I'm
Nobody hurts a
rolling.
dog.
you're hoping so. Okay.
Looks
So-
like I'm gonna hit. Oh no!
All right, so it's trying to run from you, but you take a moment to stop and do it. Hold on, let me pull up Night Dwarf.
I got a 10. What are we looking at here?
Oh, I doubt that's gonna hit, but let me make sure.
Yeah.
Let's check. No, that does not hit. But when you hit it, it doesn't sound like the sound of flesh. It's like almost like you're hitting wood. It's a really strange sound.
Can I try and shoot it with my short bow?
Sure, you can. Kind of like, what's your roll? Well, one's a 23, one's an 11. I forgot we got to take you off the one where you automatically roll. We'll assume that you hit, but like I said, when you hit it, all it does is just like a knock kind of comes off. It's just like, doesn't seem to even stop it. But go ahead, let's roll damage anyway. Go ahead and roll me a little bit of damage. That's a big one right there. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, so all it is you just hear this huge, like, knock. It's just boom on this thing when you get to it. And you're like, huh. It doesn't seem to even stop. It almost like you shot wood itself.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, whatever roll d20 did, is that really 13 damage? It seems really high because it's a 1d6
rolling
plus
for the
4.
attack again.
Yeah, so, yeah, hold on. Let me just do it with dice because I don't know what's going on with roll 20. But I guess it's going to be the same point, right? So no matter what it is, it's just going to be like, it's just going to not really do much. But
Yeah, that's well with these guys. When you only with what your situation is, all you're hearing is like a knock on wood. It sounds like a thunk, like when your arrow, if you were to shoot it into a tree, that's what it sounds like. And you see these guys, like their clothing, and now that you're really close, it almost seems like they're dressed, like wrapped in kind of like leaves themselves, like they're almost made of the forest.
huh?
Okay.
Did you say guys, like more than one? There's more than one of them?
Well, I'm sorry, there is one. I'm sorry. Sorry.
So Alistair would like to cast Entangle to try to stop the pursuit. It's a 90-foot range.
Okay, you can go ahead and cast that. You don't even need to roll. Obviously, that's something you get off. It's a concentration, if I'm not mistaken, though, right? And 5th edition, you have to concentrate or something.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a concentration spell. But if he's within range, 90 feet is a 20-foot square. He has to make a strength saving throw, or he gets restrained.
All right.
Yep.
So you cast Entangle, and as you reach out, you see these vines begin to come from your fingers, and they slowly extend towards the ground, and just grow longer and longer, coming from each fingertip into this whole massive area, in this 20-foot kind of like area that you've created. It's just all these writhing and moving vines, but the creature, it doesn't seem bothered. It seems to pass right through your Entangle.
Like, what the?
Then I guess we just need to keep pursuing.
So, Scraps is gonna throw his cloak off and kind of get down on all fours, aiming the little cannon on his back towards the creature as it runs, and then he's gonna, God, I hope this works, and pull the little ripcord and cast Firebolt.
Wait, what are you going to try to attack him with?
Just Firebolt.
Firebolt, so it's fire? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see how far, since everybody's really getting combat. I know that up into their positions. All right, so he's right here. We'll say that all y'all were close enough that you got kind of behind him as he was running through the town. So the dog, we're going to move the dog out the way for now. Okay. Other people tried to shoot him. Up. Right. He's far enough away that he's jetting. You're casting your Firebolt. Go ahead. I believe Firebolt is a attack, like you have to do a attack, like a magic attack or whatever. For 5th edition, is that correct, or is it an automatic hit like magic missile?
Oh, I have to roll for it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I rolled 12 plus 6, so 18 to hit.
Okay, well you definitely hit him. All right. So as you hit this guy with your Firebolt, you notice it screams like a searing pain of this thing. And what was your damage you did on that Firebolt?
Max damage, so 10.
Okay.
Nice.
Max damage. All right, let's see. All right, well, how do you want to do it?
Oh god, can I try and not kill him in the process? Can I like
Yes.
shoot his legs and burn away his legs so he just falls and can't run?
I don't
No.
think you can do non-lethal magic.
Yeah, you kind of
That's fair, but
you used fire, and you noticed that your fire, when it hit him, it grew. It seemed to do like it became bigger, and that's something you normally never see with your Firebolt spell. It just hit him in just a bigger explosion. All the leaves around his waist and on his chest seemed to all catch on fire. He just screamed and writhed in pain as he fell to the ground, and obviously he's passing from this world. So go ahead, and how do you want to kill him?
oh god, I didn't really want to kill him.
Yeah, you didn't have
Oh
to.
god,
There were.
I'm just standing against.
Hey, look, just for
I'm
fun.
standing against the alley wall doing this.
Just for fun, guys, after you've made a decision, I will let you know there was a complete another storyline if you hadn't killed him. Just to let you know.
I would like to see. I'll leave this up to your discretion.
that's how
if
it
you
is.
allow. Can I run up to it and stab in one of my syringes and cast Cure Wounds on it?
While it's on fire.
He's dead. He's dead, man. You killed
Or
him.
if he's dead, that's fine. Then I'll just finish him off or whatever. But I'm just curious.
You're gonna wait. I burnt you to a crisp like bacon, but wait, hold on. Now I'm gonna cure you. Let's be friends. That was funny. That was good,
So
man.
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead,
All right,
Jim.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
because
tried to get up to him with the syringe, but he's just
your
smoldering
fire-
into a pile of nothing at that point. So it's turned around to the party and
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It doesn't usually work that good.
well, what
No,
happened?
it's okay.
Just to let you know, you're aware now because you notice that your arcane ability when you cast a firebolt, you now know that there's no way the fire should have expanded to that point. So it's pretty obvious that it seems like they're vulnerable to fire.
okay, Roger.
Yeah. Can we tell anything else from him, from the dead body?
Yeah, I still want to go up to it.
Let's take a look.
Can we like check it out,
If-
poke it, look for things?
If PCs kill,
Investigate.
here it is. If PCs kill, all right.
If PCs kill,
Yeah, it says if PCs kill the. All right. You roll up on it, and everybody roll me a perception check.
Should
I
it
need
be
a-
investigation? I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, this is different. Trust me, you'll understand in a second.
Right.
all right. So the first roll is 18. I don't know why I rolled twice.
All right. Well, knighthood, whoever got the
Lucky,
highest, whoever got the highest perception. Anybody who, we'll just say one person, knighthood, because he got the highest. He notices just for slightly a second, like looks like eyes, but then they're gone. Like a very small, very, very, very small glowing points, but then it's gone in a wisp by the corner of your eye.
All right. Is it flesh? Can we tell if it's wood? Like what? Like,
You can't
is he
tell.
wearing
It was just
armor?
like two glowing points, and then they were gone.
Wait. From the dead body?
No.
or-
From the shadows. You see shadows as you're at night, and some glowing points down like an alley with a very small, far enough away, but you just see these two glowing
I
points,
might chase it.
and then it's
Yep.
gone. All right.
I saw
Bill.
something.
Yeah, you chase, you give pursuit, but obviously, I mean, it's gone. You don't. It's in the dark, man. You don't have any idea where this thing went. It's just gone in a second. You just saw it. It was just like two glowing points. You didn't see a body, and then they just winked out from a distance. It could have gone any direction.
The deceased fellow in front of us. What is his skin? Is it skin? Is he made out of wood? Is he wearing armor? Why were all boats thumping against his form?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I thought you were asking one of your characters, like they were going to investigate.
I was in character.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Oh, when you hit him, like his skin, upon further investigation, almost doesn't appear like skin. It's almost like bark, a malleable type of bark. Like this person was almost formed from some kind of from the trees themselves or something. It's really weird to see it. You've never seen anything like this, or even heard of it. It's obviously not a
start
dwarf.
Poking it.
Well, it's obviously not a dwarf. That's for sure.
Valorous,
I wanna, like,
I've
peel
never
some
seen
of the
anything
bark
like
off.
this.
This doesn't seem familiar to me.
Me neither. I've never seen anything like this in the woods.
I saw some eyes over
What?
there. I saw some eyes. I tried to chase after it, but then they just bamped out.
DM, what does this corpse that we're examining look like now that we're up close to it?
What part are you examining? Are you just the body, the skin, the hair?
The kindling.
Yeah, like, I'm
The
just looking at
kindling.
whole thing.
It is pretty much burnt up, so yeah. But
Sorry.
It's fine, Scraps. No need to apologize. This thing was clearly a danger, and you have removed that danger.
All right, the dog. And then I want to run back to the dog and see if it's alive still. If it is at all breathing, I want to cast Cure Wounds on
I run after you screaming, "Don't eat the dog! Don't eat the dog!"
it.
okay, whoever went to heal the dog, you get inspiration for that.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Because I hate animal cruelty. I cannot stand it. I've had a rescue dog, so I can't stand it. All right, so what do you want to do about the night dwarf? Its body's laying there. Now some guards are coming by. They're starting to look at it like, my God, what is that thing? Is that what I think it is? That's a night dwarf. It don't look like no dwarf at all. What is it? And now that, even though it's night, you hear like lights are coming on around the people's houses. What's that? What's going on out there? Is everything all right? Oh, yeah, it's like there's some kind of commotion out on the street there. All right, so what do you want to do with these? You want to investigate it more, or?
I want to like slowly pull my arrow out of it and just like put it back, like all sleight of hand like, and then just be like, so you've never seen these things before?
Okay. All right, you pull the arrow out, and as you pull it out, it's hard to pull out, but you notice a little bit of like greenish kind of ooze kind of come from the wound.
What's that?
Yeah, could I like lift up the arrow and just kind of like inspect it?
The arrow itself, just looking at the arrow?
Well, with the green goo on it.
Yeah, you kind of, you lift up it has a putrid smell to it. It's almost acrid when it touches your nose. It almost burns and you're forced to pull away. It reeks, it stinks, it burns. And you also, the minute you smell it, even your esophagus, you start getting a burny feeling in your chest. So smart money, don't eat it. DM tip, don't eat it, okay? Really.
Don't eat. Scraps would eat this.
No, don't eat it.
Or did somebody say food?
DM, oh God. Don't make me roll for that. Don't make me roll that
I have two vials of poison.
The DM is giving you a tip.
Does the creature have any pockets or any kind of, accessible clothing that might be hiding something?
No, it's just basically the leaves, but it did have like a spear that it was carrying, but obviously the spear is now dropped by its side. It was running with that, so it's a little spear. But it didn't have any pockets that would perceive. It's dressed, like I said, it has the height of like a dwarf, but it's basically just dressed in, I wish I could show you darn it, my stepson's going to get on me about this. He's like, see, I told you to take pictures. I wish I could show you the still shot picture. I actually have one. It's a night dwarf called a wood roses, but basically they have like white hair. It's like a white-haired creature with a bark-like skin, and then the clothing, if you could call it that, is kind of just like leaves covering all of its, I guess, private areas. So
Did it was running in the same direction as the eyes?
What'd you say?
Did it look like it was running in the same direction as they saw like the eyes?
It was running down towards the town in the direction of the temple.
Right.
DM, while we're kind of around this, I will take out a deck of tarot cards that acts as my spell book and pull one out, and I'll begin ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
Kind of just in this area.
So, and also, I would like to pick up the spear that it had and just kind of inspect it a little.
All right, let me do the Detect Magic first.
And I'm actually going to turn to Thelaris and say, Thelaris, why don't you do that reconnaissance you were talking about?
Sure.
All right.
Let's find somewhere a little more discreet for me to...
It is now about 2:00 in the morning, just to let you know.
There are quite a bit of guards that are over here right now. Jeez.
Well, you just killed something in the middle of the street. So,
if anything, it might be a good diversion.
That's what I'm saying. There's just a lot of guards right here right now.
Yeah.
Ah, I see what you're getting at.
Oh, I see.
Making a fuss.
Well, you could try whatever you want. Go for it. Just remember, though, it's late, guys. It is getting late, and if you want exhaustion is going to start setting in. I'm 44, so I get tired at 9:00. I'm old.
How about this? We let our friend do a little look around, and we kind of head over towards the temple, and just kind of hang out there, wait for them to do a little roundabout, and then come back and let us know, and then we'll call it a night.
Just information tonight.
All right. For the Detect Magic, though, let me do that because that's important. That he did that. That matters. When you cast Detect Magic, now in 5th edition, it's just like you just cast it. It's not like you don't need to roll or anything, right? It's just regular, and then you detect anything that gives off an aura of magic or something like that. Okay. When you cast Detect Magic, that night dwarf shines like the sun. That thing is not natural. It has been created with some form of dark magic, and you can definitely tell that
I will relay that information to the rest of the party.
Right.
This thing was created by dark magic, guys. I'm not sure I've seen anything quite like this.
I certainly haven't either.
All right.
Tony, you said there's guards hereabouts, right?
Yeah, there's a few that came over. You know, they heard the disturbance. The people are starting to go back into their houses now. One of them's taking the night dwarf body, unless you want the body, but he's going to take it, and I guess they're going to get rid of it or whatever, clean it up off the street. So trying to get things back to normal.
Raznor looks at one of the guards and says, "Did you hear what my friend here just said? He said that this is not a thing of nature. It is a creation of dark, fell powers.
God,
I
man.
don't know about you, but I think that this constable of yours should hear about this, and particularly from the people who are responsible for bringing it down."
I think he should. I got to agree. Good God, man! I ain't never seen anything like this around the Dales. And he kind of gets close. Oh, the stink of this thing! My God! So I think you're right. Best I let the constable know something has happened. I'm sure you'll be hearing something from him soon.
Well, so
it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so the constable isn't going to see you now.
Is there?
So Raznor will just real quick. Raznor will draw his sword and lop off the thing's arm, and then kind of stick that in his pack.
So wait a minute, hold on. You're gonna
want to
attack?
wrap that up first?
You're gonna cut it?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
Stand back 10 feet.
Hold on.
Just
This is an interesting. I gotta ask the stream. How should I handle this? Because you're technically attacking it, because you're hitting it, but it's dead. So
Well, it can't defend itself, and it's already been destroyed. So I mean, it's maybe he's not hacking at it. Maybe he's like slicing. Cutting off a little piece.
you know what? I'm not gonna go all aliens on you. So I'm gonna have it. We'll just assume that it's blood once it's dead is. Okay. So you're able to go ahead and cut a piece off, unless y'all want me to be incredibly cruel and be like aliens and have it where the blood is.
So, but if that was the case, if it was acid, would it have melted the arrow when I pulled it out?
Well, I didn't say it was acid.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Didn't say that yet.
Don't give him ideas.
Don't want to tell you what it is till you experience it.
Well, the thing though is that because it was so potent, I look at the group really quick and be like, "Hey, does anybody have any like vial or anything I can pick up any of this with?"
Let me look at my pack.
I look at Scrap's bandolier of stuff.
I do have a.
I guess I could empty one out.
Vial.
Raznor kind of rummages around in his pack a little and pulls out an iron pot. Would this work?
Sure.
Who the hell walks around with an iron ass pot?
He makes cobbler. Okay.
I mean, Jesus, man. What do you carry that thing?
It's in my adventurer's pack.
I got my iron pot here, everybody. All right. So you put it. You're gonna put it in the pot then?
Oh no, I wanted to collect some of this like super potent viscous like stuff into the pot.
Kind of like the blood that's coming out.
Yeah.
Or you could say sap. Really, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's sap.
Want to collect some of the sap.
Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and do that. Don't touch it, obviously, because and you scoop it up and you put some into your iron pot that you can. I hope you all say that you cook something and you forget to empty that out. That's going to be funny.
Well, it doesn't have a lid, so like unless you're just carrying it around, like
yeah, I'm carrying it around.
Next enemy we see is just gonna get his face splashed with whatever this is.
All right.
Yeah.
So now the body has been taken off the street. The guards have removed. The people have gone back in their houses and everything. Guards have moved back. They're back to walking and doing everything. It was, So, what do you want to do now?
I think Dalros is going to go do his reconnaissance, right? He's going to turn into an animal and go do his thing.
Scouting.
Yeah.
We're gonna move close to the temple area, but we're gonna let him, do his transformation, go on. That way, it's kind of separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like,
I
we're
won't.
there for backup if he needs us.
All right. Well, I won't move the camera if you're all going to separate. I'll leave it where the bulk of the party is, because if you're just going to explore the actual temple.
Yeah, just get a cursory glance. Walk around as a cat.
As a cat,
use-
okay.
Use one of my forms of wild shape and just kind of wander. Maybe walk on top of any nearby fences.
That works.
Just scope it out.
Okay. Well, you know what? That could work because they're not going to pay attention to that. There's plenty of strays in the dales. So let's go back to the Temple of the Thunder. Let me pull that up. He's just getting drunk, laying out in the street at 2:00 in the morning. Are you sure you're not the evil party? You're laying out. We got rooms.
I am twirling my mustache.
It's like, we got rooms, guys. But the hell with that. Let's just, lay in the street. Get drunk.
I'm probably gonna have Faraday regale me on all the tales of his exploits of killing goblins and orcs and things.
There was one time on the long road into the Vice where I killed, I believe it was 12 goblins. It might have been 13. I don't quite remember.
So I'm playing like
Chooses to believe you.
I'm playing my loot right now, and every single time he says some weird number like 12 goblins, I go bing.
It's just a sour note.
All right, so you make your way around as a cat, and you notice that there's guards a lot more inside. Once you're actually able to kind of, since it's a lot of rubble, you're able kind of to make your way through the rubble because, they never repaired it after the last fire. And you notice there's a lot more guards hanging around inside than you thought. There seems to be a few in there, and they're milling in and out, just constantly going, just walking all around in there. And you see what looks to be like a little bit of a light from a closed underneath, almost like a, how can I say it? Like a trap door. And you can see kind of like a light emanating from below in the floor. And it looks like the guards, are kind of standing near that door, that trap door, really making sure that nothing's going in or coming out.
As I walk around, can I try and get a rough count of the guards? Not exact, but more of like, are there about 10? Is it more, less?
From what you could see right now, it looks like on the inside there's at least 8 guards. There may be more in some other areas. Obviously, it's a big temple, so there might be some other milling around in another area of the ruins in here. But from what you can see, it looks about 8 guards right now.
Do they look? I'm asking. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard, but I would imagine like trying to see if they're awake and alert. Are they like what are they doing?
That's a good question. Now, the 2 by the trapdoor, they are very alert. They are standing there. You have a few others that are kind of just, they're standing back, just looking at each other, kind of talking. But that 2 by that door, they are just dead standing there. And then the ones right by the outside, I'd say near the outside, they look pretty alert as well. They're not obviously spears up ready to fight, but they're paying attention to their surroundings. You can tell, and they also look, all of them have a little bit of a sense of unease. Like something is making them a little bit nervous, even though they're talking. You could tell just by the way they're milling about and the things they're talking about. Like they keep talking about the night dwarves and the sickness in the town. That something is wrong. Their minds are preoccupied on that.
I'll probably scope around for 30 or so minutes, and then I'll make my way back towards the rest of the party. And in an alleyway right before I meet up with them, I'll change back into my normal self.
Is that how long your wild shape? Do you have that long to stay in that for?
I have a full hour.
Wow. Okay. Well, I could go back and show you the ruins again, but basically nothing's changed. As you go around the ruins, you see a lot of rubble, a lot of burnt out stuff. It all looks like it's in complete disuse. The only place that really looks like a lot of tracks and heavy area where people are going through is from that front door straight to that trap door.
Okay. And as I come back, I'll let everyone know. Okay, so there seems to be a trap door. It's being fairly well guarded with at least 8 or 9 guards. And there seems to be a light down below.
Is that more guards?
Only 8 or 9, you say?
Wait,
At least.
is that more guards than there were earlier?
Oh, okay. Are you asking me? I'm sorry.
No,
You
I'm
were-
kind of like openly asking the group overall
Oh, okay,
from
I'm
what
sorry.
we might have observed earlier. Because when we went to the temple earlier, you said it was surrounded by guards, but now I'm like questioning: does that mean that there's more guards now at night compared to earlier?
Now you're asking me, just to be sure.
Yes. Now,
Okay.
yes.
You
I was
couldn't see.
clarifying
You
for
couldn't see inside before, so you're really not sure.
Okay.
There could have been more in there. There could be more during the day. There could be less during the day. You really don't know. But what you are aware of right now is they're in there milling about and uneasy and watching that trap door.
All right. I think we have a lead. We should probably retire for the evening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm getting pretty tired.
Okay. So y'all go back to the tavern. I'm gonna put y'all in the tavern because some fun stuff always happens. I mean, not the tavern, the inn. The inn.
Maybe to ingratiate ourselves more with the guard or others, maybe we should take care of the goblin problem in the morning.
Yeah.
Right.
For now, we need sleep.
And Tony, is it possible for me to put like half my arrows into that iron pot? Just let the arrow ends just sit in that that sap over the evening.
Ooh, that's mean.
That is a question that we need to ask your party. By letting you do that, okay, I don't want to reveal too much of the story, but if you were to do that, it might cause an extra damage output that would cause you to unbalance some things and be a very damage heavy with your character. If your
I don't know that.
If your party doesn't care
Yeah.
about that, then we can do it. But just remember, it's going to affect.
When
and
I
might
see him
end up-
do it, I take half of my bolts and I put them in.
You have
There's
no-
your answer.
you, sir, have no shame.
Perhaps I make the suggestion that if it's like not fresh, it's not as potent, so it kind of balances out a little bit.
Ah, that might be
Yeah.
good. Whoever said they were going to drop their bolts in there, you have no shame, though, man. No shame. Zero shame. I will just if y'all want to do that, that's fine. But just just be aware that person now in the party, you don't want to have a situation where other people feel like, well, I don't get to shine because that person one shots everything. So just be aware of that.
I'm okay with our rogues having nuclear arrows. That's okay.
Okay, well, it's your world. It is, baby. All right, so you don't know that.
The mindset here, though, just for reference, is that I mean, Malkavia kind of been out in the wild hunting. I mean, if there's something that could take down a target a little easier, but he noticed how potent that thing was that made him almost stand back. I mean, even if it didn't really cause any extra damage, if the smell alone was something that we could either track, or if it made the person that was hit with it just kind of off balance, I would always use that extra little oomph.
Hey, it's whatever y'all want to do that makes the game more fun for you. If you want to do that, I just always have to put in the disclaimer that it could cause a balancing issue. So be aware of that. As long as y'all are cool with that, we roll.
Just
That's
don't
a-
fuck yourself with that thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Logic
mind
is
having
sound.
damage buff stuff as long as it's equally readily available for everybody.
It can always remember. You can always change back later. You can always say, you know what, it's too much damage, man. We need to go back. Yes.
We're just saying there's a finite amount of it, right? Like
Yeah, or
right.
something.
It's fine.
All
Or
right.
it only lasts a certain amount of time,
Well,
24 hours, or
right.
Yeah.
set a
And we can-
potency issue.
And we can worry about it when you get into battle anyway. At that time, that's when we can work it out. Next time you decide to throw it in somebody's eyes or whatever, or shoot him in the groin. All right, so yeah, it'd be a horrible thing to do. So
I will say, Tony, once we get back to the room, I will pull out another card and begin to ritual cast Alarm with my wand around the room.
Oh, you-
As soon as we get back.
Does that cover both rooms, or would it just be the one room?
What are you casting again? I'm sorry.
Alarm.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Let me double check the.
I mean, based on the if the
it's a 20-foot cube.
Is accurate. If the inn is accurate, there's only one staircase, so you could just put it around the staircase.
Yeah.
If we have all the rooms.
Yeah, sadly, because my table doesn't have enough space, and I apologize, stream, if we get some support, we'll be buying more tables, and I could take one table that will be an entire town. That was my plan. So if rogues want to break into houses or start murdering people, random citizens, they could do that because there'd be extra houses. Unfortunately, by the size of the table, I could only put the absolute buildings that were in the module that the PCs could choose to go to. No extra fluff. It's the same here. So I would have built the Teshford Arms much bigger than it is now, guys. But you can say if you want that, yes, it accurately depicts that. But it hurts my heart because I would have made that in all this crap much bigger had I had more room.
Oh, go ahead.
So just tell me so you know, it's a 20-foot cube. So if I can get both rooms, or if I can only get the one I'm staying in.
Well, each one of these squares by the stairs.
Everyone into one room then?
This is gridded out. So 5, 10, 15. It's 15. It's 15 by 15. This room right here that Razendor is standing in with the stairs. So if you cast it in here, it would completely cover this room, and like 1, 2. So these 3, this area, and like just a little bit of that area. This would kind of be open, and this would kind of be open.
Okay.
Into the room on the end. Why not?
Yeah, we can all squeeze in, and I can cover the room.
You gonna sleep on the floor? Go for it.
I'm used to it.
Sleep by the bed, by the bedpan. Yeah.
Wood floors are softer than rocks.
That's true. All right, so you are inside the inn, getting a nice night's sleep, and let's just things go quietly. Don't have a problem. For a short time now, you have had the pleasure of thinking your arrival went unnoticed. Well, that blissful ignorance is now over. As you are awakening from another stiff-jointed night at the Teshford Arms, a knock comes at your door, followed by a simple being opened by a door, followed by a door simply being opened by an orc dressed in a leather jernican, wielding a club, and 2 not-so-nice-looking humans equipped in ringmail, a shield, and holding a long sword. The orc begins to speak.
Greetings, little ones. I be Markat, the messenger, and my master constable Tren says to make haste to his tower. This is not a request. You are being summoned. Thank you.
He waves you forward, anticipating your agreement. What do you want to do?
Well, at least that one was polite.
Wait, did we get any sleep, or is this like at 3 a.m. and somebody's not?
No, you got a full night's sleep. You still
Okay.
wake up stiff jointed from the smelly, uncomfortable Teshford Arms, but you got full night's rest technically.
Do we get breakfast first?
Dude, you want breakfast in this smelly place that smells like cat piss?
I didn't say here.
Have you ever eaten at a hotel that smells like cat piss? Trust me, you don't want to. It's like gas station food.
Maybe we'll get something from the road vendor or the vendor stalls on the way.
Well, you could go to the taverns, get it in.
Ragnar kind of lets out a very feral almost sounding growl at the orc. Some of us have morning rituals to complete and armor to don.
Don't care. Constable wants to see you now. You need to go. He needs to speak to you about Night Dwarf.
The constable will have to wait until I am armored at the least.
Morcots, we will be there as soon as possible. Promise.
He looks back.
I was supposed to have you go, but if you say you show up soon, fine. But if you don't show up, Markat come back with friends Larkel and Trover.
Morcott, I promise you, we will be there at some time.
Okay.
So he walks out. Oh, and I forgot to put the damn orc in the shot with his friends. Crap. Crap.
Okay.
Sorry, stream, but I had the orc and I had his little 2 human henchmen as well. I apologize. But he walks out then, now that it's already done. He leaves with his friend and the 2 humans that had the bows and everything. He leaves with both of them and leaves. And it is actually 8:59, so we leave on a mystery. What does the constable want? What would he say? Find out in 2 weeks. Another episode of the Good Session.
I'm sure he just wants to pay us for all the good work we did.
You wish he did.
Precisely, Scraps. Exactly that.
Yeah, sure. That's what it is. Why not?
Probably the key to the city.
Yeah, why not?
Of course.
I can't believe y'all have made it this far. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
It's flowed really smooth, honestly, for having 7 people. I'm surprised.
I'm shocked that y'all made it this far into the module. There's so many. It's crazy. You literally chose that. The statistical odds that you would make the choices that you made to go to each place in the order that you did it's so unbelievably impossible, but it figures that of all the hardest things you could have did as a party, that's what you found a way to do. It's like, oh, we're going to go to the one thing you said there's no way we could have made it to yet because it's too far into the module. No, we'll go there. So
That's what happens when you don't strangle people.
yeah, actually, yeah. The evil party is just making it out of town to go try to find some goblins if they can. You know, they just got some tracks that they found of a creature. But you guys, you've made it. You just said the night dwarf, you slayed him. So that was funny that you slayed him. But yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna sign off, guys, to the stream. Thank you guys for showing up again. This coming Friday is going to be the Evil Party, session 2 of this module. So it's an ongoing story. You can watch what Evil does and how they try to get through the module. And then the next week, which will be the Saturday after that, will be again the Good Session. And again, please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you can support us by subscribing, when we have our subscribe button up, we're supposed to be getting that very soon. We've already been approved. And if you can support us on Patreon, anything's appreciated. And even if you can't do that, because times are hard in COVID, hence why I'm doing this as a job now to try to support the family, then just watch. Just you watching is wonderful. It gives us support and helps us to possibly get partnered up here with Twitch in the future. If there's anything anyone else would like to say before we go, we can. Is anything?
We want to have the character signing off.
Likewise.
Thank you all very much.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and sign off and see you later, Twitch stream. But everybody else stay around for a second, the players, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Are we done, Lonnie?